Carpet Munchers.
Sports Radio 560 WQAM Miami Fort Lauderdale presents The Neil Rogers Show. To talk to Neil, call 567-0560 toll free for Dade and Broward or pound 560 on your cell phone. The opinions of Neil, his guests, callers, or anyone else on the show do not necessarily reflect those of WQAM, Beasley Reed Acquisitions, or the Beasley Broadcast Group. Now, Neil Rogers on Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Neil got out WQAM, where the faggot is.
Yes. Tired of the same old restaurants? Try the Cafeteria Santeria of Hialeah.
How much is that doggy on the menu? The one with the barbecue tail. How much is that doggy on the menu? I'm sure glad the chef's out of jail.
That's right. No matter what the weather's like outside, it's always raining cats and dogs at the Cafeteria Santeria of Hialeah. We'll make your stomach stop growling and make your neighbor's pit bull stop doing the same thing. Talk about delicious. Your meal is always fresh. We kill it right on the premises. For a heavenly meal at a sacrifice price, it's the Cafeteria Santeria. Try it once. You'll eat there religiously.
How much is that doggy on the menu? The one that is fried in deep fat. Please bring me that doggy on the menu.
No.
And bring a side order of cat.
Walk, run, or catch a greyhound for the Cafeteria Santeria of Hialeah, where we give new meaning to the word pet food.
10:03 at 560 WQM. Happy Thursday to you. Now, what did you say we were debating about giving that stuff away? What was it? Something Tarzan passes?
Tarzan passes, but they're not good for Friday or the weekend and Monday through Thursday
they're
passes
what?
only. Monday through Thursday passes only. At the
What's
A&C
wrong with
theaters.
that? It's the summertime. Today is the last day of school.
Whatever you want to do.
No, I'm not. Just slow down a minute, okay? Don't get ahead of yourself. I'm just saying that what difference does it make what day it is now that everybody's out of school and it's summertime? Am I right about that?
Uh-huh.
JNF&A. No, but I was going to say, before I was so rudely interrupted, I was going to say that we haven't given anything away on the show since I think about August, and done tremendously well, by the way.
Oh!
Thank you. And I think that would be like a real sellout to do that today, you know? As opposed to like going over the list of the top 5,000 actors and actresses. See, the deal with that, and I better not say it because that'll screw up the whole thing. But the deal is, it's like, you know what it's like? It's just, and of course it's a follow-up a year later to what they did last year with the 45,000 best movies. I mean, if you're compiling your own list of like your favorite movies of all time, I can do a top 5 or top 10. But like, how do you do the top 100? How do you decide between, what differentiates between like number 87 and number 88? You follow what I'm saying? What kind of nuance in a movie pushes it like up about a half a point between like 87.5 to 87? It's ridiculous on the face of it. Now, granted, it's fun and it kills a lot of time and it gets people really pissed off and they like fight about it because they like fighting about a lot of crappy stuff that's unimportant. But nevertheless, and by the way, morning crowd, carpet munchers. No, I'm serious. I mean, you know, I said it yesterday and evidently we're getting the evidence right now, you know. Same old crap again. I mean, would I ever take shots at them on this show?
Yes!
Why not? I say all-out war. That's what I say. It's going to be a long, hot summer. Let's just beat the crap out of each other. Worked the last time. Worked like a charm. Huh? Only, of course, see, they let their callers do it, and then they all get lockjaw on that show. But, yeah, they have nothing to say. But be that as it may. Oh, this is one of the great letters. Every day I try to find a letter for you in either one of the papers, and amazingly, I'd say 95% of the days I find one. In the Herald this morning, rated R title.
Please don't say the F word.
My neighbors from England are shocked to find the verb shagged in new acclaimed movie title. Teenagers are snickering in delight. They're snickering in delight that the smarmy synonym for the F word in the film starring Mike Myers is in there. How dare the producers, writes T. Hilfman in Fort Lauderdale. The British synonym for the F word.
Boy!
Please don't say the F word.
Is in there. How dare they? And then in the same paper, by the way, that's in the editorial page, letter to the editor, same newspaper, as you turn over to the business section, here's a big article with a headline that says, Shagvertising, and here's again, Austin Powers, the spy who shamelessly plugs, and it goes on about, here's a picture of, with his milk mustache ad campaign. Oh, I heard Mommy had a milk mustache too one time. And then over here is First USA Visa, and there's the Virgin Atlantic. And all over the goddamn place. Everywhere you look, there's Mike Myers. There's this Austin Powers thing. And all over the place. Don't ask me why. I mean, far be it for me to give my opinion about that, because you know me, I'm an old fuddy-duddy, and I don't want to pee on everybody else's parade that he's so goddamn funny. Is he funny?
No.
No, he's, exactly. A little bit goes a long.
Moments.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing over and over and over and over again, okay? I mean, it's the same with that same look and the same phony bad teeth. No, seriously, that's what they did to make him look British. They made the phony real bad teeth. Because if you're British, you have to have rotten teeth. And it goes with the territory. Only the royal family are permitted to have what appear to be real teeth, and who knows if they are for real or not. Probably not. They're probably caps. But something about the British. Maybe they're eating like too much spotted dick. Uh-oh. Probably T. Hilfman in Fort Lauderdale will be writing a letter to the editor tomorrow about the fact that even on the talk shows now they're using British terms like spotted dick. Well, if it's good enough for the British to say it, why can't we say it? It's kind of like mama la pinga. If it's good enough for the Cubans to say, and all the other, do the Mexicans say that? Oh, no, they just do it. No, seriously, is that like a term that is indigenous to? No, it's all the Julios do that. Trust me. So here again, somebody very upset, the word police. Let's get those guys from Michigan. What was the place? Standish, Michigan? Let's get those. They're a little off Standish. Get them down here and see if they can't do something about this goddamn Austin Powers guy and Shag Atlantic, the spy who shagged me. I think it's a good sign. I think it's great that maybe just a little tiny bit we're growing up. First it was Monica with Bubba and blowjobs. We finally blurted that out. Oh, my God, you can't say blowjobs. Well, everybody did, and there you go. Thank you, Bubba. Oh! I was watching on the news last night, the wooden man. Even Ron Diaz wasn't as wooden as Al Gore. He's a good guy, but he's as wooden as they come. He needs a personality transplant. And I was thinking, and also then right after they showed that, they had the spot with Bob Dole on, where he's doing the limp penis spot. And I was thinking to myself, if you don't like Clinton's politics, at least we had a president this time who could get it up. There's something to be said for that. Huh? Yeah, we didn't elect somebody who's got a limp. That's not good for the American psyche, okay? Can you see a sitting president? Can you see if Bob Dole had been elected and he's in there serving out his second term and he goes on TV and says, well, I have a limp, But Liddy doesn't mind because I'm popping these pills, Liddy. And I don't think he's talking about Liddy Dole. I think he's talking about G. Gordon Liddy. I think he's doing them. Can you tell me where Liddy comes from, by the way? Have you ever known anybody named Elizabeth who's been called Liddy? What is that all about? Liz.
Beth.
Beth? Oh, speaking of Beth, by the way, in A Guiding Light. Now, you'd like her, even though she's a little old. Makeup makes her look a lot younger. Definitely would like her. She's now, I would say, the best female on that show by a long shot, Beth. Even though I can't stand the character she plays, and her acting is like so overdone. 20 years for overacting, sweetheart. With the hands, like everything with Lizzie, with the hands. But anyway, see, I'm just rambling today. I'm going to kill some good time, and we'll decide. The audience will let us know whether we should give those passes away to Tarzan or not. Is that what they're for, Tarzan the movie? Maybe if we play Tarzan and Jane by Toy Box in the background. It would do we have that here?
No.
Anyway, it's 10:09 at 560 WQAM.
Melt my jockey shorts.
And now, thoughts.
Do something today that you've never tried before. Like really putting in a full day of work. You'll appreciate how much you get away with. When someone hurts you, forgive them and move on, unless you have a clear shot at punching them in the head. If there are no dwarfs in a circus, does that mean there is a shortage of little people?
Yes.
How come you have to eat milk chocolate, but drink chocolate milk? Take a few moments each day to look back on your life and reflect. Boy, was that stupid. Look at yourself in the mirror, and if you think you look hot, you are. And if the man you're interested in won't give you the time of day, he's just gay. If you think everybody is out to get you, they are. Plant just one seed, and it will reveal a gift of nature that can be admired or stomped into the ground, depending on your mood that day. If you can't say anything nice about somebody, make up something about their sexual preference. It's almost time to get jiggy with it.
If I ever see him again, it'll be much, much too soon. You know what? I'm trying to think of the people who just make me gag the most. And there's several on the list, like Todd Dreck, for example. But Will Smith, I mean, what was the story with him? Can he sing?
No.
Can he act?
No.
Is he like a pleasant...
No.
He just makes me sick. God. Oh, there you go with that racist thing. I don't care if he woke up tomorrow morning as white as the fallen snow, okay? It don't have nothing to do with that. He just, I find, is offensive and just grotesque and just, oh, man. Not as offensive as Ricky Martin, but pretty close. Speaking of offensive, by the way, somebody faxes us, 60-something-year-old Jim Brown. Hey, Jim Brown, for all you jock sniffers out there, great number 32, Cleveland Browns, one of the greatest running backs, all those number 32s, huh? Arrested last night on felony charges for threatening to kill his 24-year-old wife. Oh! I bet she was white, too, by the way. Yeah, he's another guy that likes white chicks. There's nothing wrong with that, generally speaking, but there's something about these athletes that there are certain ones, again, not to mention any names, but they're very big with white chicks. What is that all about? Maybe somebody can verify that for us, whether Jim Brown's wife is whatever she might be. So let's find out from the audience. Let's because I know it's Thursday. It's a horrendous day. I can just feel it. You can smell it. I can already anticipate it. But now we could play the easy way out and give away those goddamn Tarzan passes since we have about 50 million of them. But that would be a cop-out. So let's find out from the audience whether they want us to do that or not, because it will kill the show. That much I guarantee you right now. There is no question whatsoever. There were two things last year that were killers on this radio show from like the middle of the summer until we stopped doing the giveaways in August or September. And that was the giveaways, and number one, even more than that, was talking about that whammy show all the time, which nobody in the listening audience wanted to see. There were some people who watched it, about 10 of them, but those people weren't people who listened to the radio show because they had a life or work during the daytime, so they turned it on at night to see just how ugly I was, etc., and which schmata I was wearing that night and what a hypocrite I was because it was a religious thing. Are you following what I'm saying so far?
No.
No. But those were two detrimental things. So let's find out from these people, should we give away? And I'm not giving them away right now, okay? Don't call and say, oh, I'll take some, because we do have 36 of them. And each one is good for two people. Now, let me ask you something. This Tarzan, I'm a little bit confused. Didn't we just have a Tarzan with, what's his name? I can't think of the guy's name. He's always on MTV for whatever reason. You know the guy I'm talking about. You don't know the guy I'm talking about?
No. On MTV?
He's not a singer, but he's always on it for whatever reason. He's like, not a bad-looking guy. He's like, I can't think of what his name is. He's definitely not on the list of the top 50 actors.
We did just have a Tarzan movie, but it was like a bomb. This is the cartoon, the Disney thing.
Oh, this is a cartoon. This is a Disney cartoon we're talking about. Who's that in the doorway, by the way, that's got the door cracked open there? That's not Igor, is it? Is that Igor in the doorway?
No.
Oh, who was that?
Some guy.
Some guy you didn't know.
Some other guy who's very scared of you.
Who is?
One of the salespeople.
Named,
not Todd Dreck.
Named?
I forget.
Oh, you don't even know what his name is? Good.
There
you go. We got
ago.
so many salespeople here that we don't even know their names anymore. Oh! That's how many salespeople we got here at Measly Broadcasting, boys and girls. How do you like that?
Brendan Fraser.
Fraser. There you go, Brendan Fraser. Now, you know who that is.
Yes.
He looks
adequate actor and a fine-looking young man.
No, I wouldn't say he's okay. I give him about a 7.5, maybe an 8. Yeah, he's adequate. I mean, he's no, But
that was George of the Jungle comedy.
But that was a Tarzan movie.
Yeah, Jungle Man.
Of sorts.
There are a million Jungle Men.
Do we need any more Tarzan movies?
No.
No.
Well, they
Johnny
haven't had the
Weissmuller
cartoon yet.
was an ugly guy, huh?
They haven't done it in cartoon yet.
Who the hell wants to see a goddamn Tarzan cartoon? Are you out of your mind?
I do.
No, you don't. Your daughter
does.
I do. You want to see a Tarzan cartoon?
Sure, I love Tarzan.
Oh, my God. No
Big
wonder
Tarzan
turned you down
Grew up with
yesterday.
Tarzan.
So anyway, let's find out whether we should do giveaways. And just this one time. I don't think we're going to do it. I'm very averse to doing it.
Well, you know what they're going to say?
What?
Give me the pass.
No, I'm not. They'll hear a dial tone so goddamn fast. We're not giving anything away. We're doing a foreplay now to find out whether we should give stuff away. To me, that's the worst thing you can do on a radio show. I want to apologize to everybody in this town for going through that period of time. Even those porno movies we gave away, even though it did enrich many lives out there in Radioland. Or I should say those adult videos. You're not supposed to say porno movies because then it sounds obscene and filthy, which in America, everything's obscene and filthy, even though everybody wants to see it, and especially some of us want to do it. But nevertheless, we'll find out. Come on, let's go. Let's find out from this crowd out there, you bunch of deadheads. Just like I did that thing yesterday about Mandich or Joe Rose, and like, 3 people I had a force feed to have an opinion on it. These people don't even have an opinion on anything. And you want to know why they're not calling? Because they're sitting back waiting, thinking that I will give them out, and then they're going to call right away and grab them.
And please stop calling about Casper Van Bean.
Who is whom? Who's that?
Tarzan in the latest Tarzan movie with Jane March, which was a very big bomb.
Yeah.
He was the guy from Starship Troopers.
So in other words, Brendan Fraser, that wasn't a Tarzan movie.
No, George of the Jungle.
I know that the movie was George of the Jungle. But
it's going the other way. A cartoon made into a movie. This is a movie made into a cartoon.
From the goddamn rope, and she was running around with a goddamn leopard skin outfit on. The same old crap, you know?
Yeah, but he runs into things.
And then he started doing the monkey. WQAM. Look at that. These people you're pathetic. You really are. Here's Kendall. Hello.
Hey, Neil. How you doing?
Okay, sir.
Listen, I'm calling because I respect your opinion,
Uh-huh.
and I like what you had to say in the past about diabetes. I have diabetes, and my doctor just prescribed Raceway. Have you heard anything about that?
Not really, no.
No? Because there was stuff on the news. They're pulling it from the market.
I heard some negative things about it, yeah.
And I just spoke to the doctor who prescribed it to me.
Yeah.
And he's telling me that it's all a bunch of false advertising. It's all about money.
But listen, seriously, instead of calling me, why don't you get a second opinion? Call another doctor.
I just wanted to call you and see if you had any.
No, but that's my advice, is to get a second opinion from another doctor. I don't give people life, that's when you have diabetes, it's like life and death.
Yeah.
Get another opinion.
All right.
Okay, good luck. Hello, doctor. I don't want, I'm not belittling the guy, because diabetes is a serious illness, and you got to have it under control, because you go blind, you lose your limbs, and, and you start going a little like that. But nevertheless, find a real doctor out there. And when you find one, by the way, let me know who it is. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
There's no interest in these passes, by the way. Yes, sir.
No giveaways, please.
Okay.
Will Smith blows.
Yeah.
And what do you think is going to happen tonight in Dallas?
I'd say final score, Buffalo 3, Dallas 2. That's my prediction.
Okay, that's great.
How do you like that?
What's the injury report on Brett Hull?
He's out.
Good.
That
good.
frog Benoit Hogue, I guess, is coming back, but he's 100 years old. That won't make any difference.
And what's up with all these people calling you? Hello, Neil, I got diabetes and gout. What can I do?
It's the Dr. Neil show. You better get with it. If we got Dr. Laura, we got to compete, man. We got to keep up with the times.
All right, Neil, have a nice day.
Go Sabres, baby. Tonight's the big night.
Oh!
We got that game right here on 560 WQAM, your sports-intensive station. Will anybody be listening?
No.
But we got it anyway. Nice job by the Marlins last night as they completed their sweep out there at Arizona, losing 12-6. In case you were to bed early, 12-6, the Marlins losers last night. They're back in the groove now. See, now there's no pressure anymore. Now they just lose every day. 567-0560. Look at this. See what I'm saying about desperate? Yeah, I could feel it. I know. I got the sense. I can feel it. 567-0560, pound 560 on a mobile one line. Here's a mobile in Pompano. Hello.
Morning, Mr. Rogers.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. How are you?
Great.
No giveaways, Neil.
Yeah.
No. And go Sabres.
Okay. Here's a mobile implantation. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Don't give away, man. You don't want those people calling anyways.
Okay, thanks. Don't answer them anymore. Let me just do a screenless run here for like about kill 3 or 4 minutes and find out. And I guarantee you that in the mix there, among these people, there will be people who will say,
can we have the passes? We have our nephews are visiting from Long Island. And
I guarantee you. Watch. 567-0560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. To give or not to give? That is the goddamn question. And it's a stupid cartoon, by the way, too. Who the hell wants to see some stupid cartoon? Guess what? How come that didn't get on the air, I wonder? I'm really curious how come that didn't get on the air just there. And you know something? I'm not even going to dignify him by mentioning who it was. How do you like that? Desperate, lifeless, pathetic, tragic, subhuman, scumbag. But anyway, have a nice day. WQAM.
No giveaways, please.
Thank you. What do you say?
No.
One more.
No.
Thank you. See, they don't want... This is good. I think we've got the audience trained. They don't want those. Those were some of the worst shows I ever did in my life.
Oh, can we please have 17 of the passes, and can we have like a parking pass and a blueberry enema?
Boy, hate those people. Nothing worse than freeloaders. Now let's talk about Ruth Chris again. How come they answer? Hey, listen, no, if you're going to spend first, then you deserve like maybe a little something, a little demi-task, like I said. Bastards. WQAM. QAM. Ticket line. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, how you doing?
Great.
Is this Neil?
Speaking.
All right, Teal Neil. I got you in the first ring. Anyways, I want you to give it away. And the tickets to Tarzan also.
Yeah, why?
All right. I don't know. Sounds like
now, you didn't want any yourself, though, did you? I mean, it's a stupid cartoon. You wouldn't go to a cartoon, would you?
Of course.
You would go to a cartoon?
I live in Miami. You got to be mature.
Oh, that's a good point. Okay, well, I'll think about it. Thank you, sir. Okay, there's one who says give him away, and he'll be calling back in a hurry if I say we'll give him away. Hey, listen, we can kill about 2 hours doing this. Hey, there's a method to my madness. I'll tell you that right now, okay? I could sit here and talk about a bunch of boring sports crap and start calling people names on that morning show like Carpet Muncher.
We have that. Do you want to hear it?
And Pillow Biter. Oh, yeah, let's hear that. How long is it, by the way?
16 seconds.
Oh, yeah, let's hear it.
A 10 o'clock little pickle puffer. Why doesn't he take a call when he's ripping on Joe like he is? All he wants is those little pillow biters to call and stick up on his side. He's a jerk. Joe, you're absolutely right for arguing because you're going to work with those two guys. I don't know how you're saying.
Oh, I mean, that I take that as a high compliment, a guy who sounds like that. He's sucking up on Joe's side. Hey, if that's the best you got on your side, Joe, guess what? You're in deep doo-doo, baby. You got real serious tourists. And you know something? We just took a poll in the station. There wasn't one person here that came down on Joe's side, even the people that hate Duff like poison, all 40 of them. They said, what kind of crap is that? But again, another one of those sucklings sound like a real New Yorker with that same sound. They all sound the same. They all, smell the same. Go back on the subway, okay? Get out of our lives. See, I thought it was maybe like an almost normal person. That's a high compliment to me. When somebody that's that much of an obvious scumbag with a phony voice. Yeah, Carpet Muncher, Neil, Fudge Packer. Yeah, pack this, okay? You jackass. In fact, just pack a small bag and get on the bus. That would be a big favor to all of us. In fact, maybe Joe could take you, okay? Maybe the two of you could, head north together. Or maybe due east would be good. That was great. 1027 at 560 WQM. If you have
talk dirty to me.
You wear those shoes and I swear I'll wear that dress. Oh, kick me. Oh. Kick me. Oh. Kick me upside the head. Oh. Strike up the band, make the spotlight dance till the moon's sparkling. So kick me.
All right. 1032 at 560 WQM. We got the Hank Goldberg Show at 2 o'clock. We got Josh Darrow at 6 o'clock tonight. How do you like that? Old Clarence is on. You like that?
No.
Yeah, come on. He'll be great. He'll be great. He'll sound like over the age of 10. He's on from 6 to 8. Fill a couple hours in there because we got nobody else. And then we got the NHL game number 5, Stanley Cup Championship, they call it this year. We used to call it the finals, but that didn't sound, I guess, impressive enough. So Gary Bettman decided, well, it's the Stanley Cup Championship. Okay. Whatever you say, you little twerp. 8 o'clock tonight. Buffalo will beat Dallas. Oh, man, that'll be great. Wouldn't that be something if they beat them tonight? Would you love that?
Uh-huh.
Give me sexual excitement. So anyway, getting back to the carpet munching guy or whatever that guy was talking about, the pickle puffers. Let me just say this to you. I wouldn't ordinarily dignify a jackass, obnoxious, New York stereotypical scumbag loudmouth like you, but let me just say this, as far as the Joe Rose thing, which I don't want to dwell on, but I will anyway. See, one of the things that I find, especially a guy who used to be a football player, big jock, macho, the whole deal, you can't be a pussy. No matter what business you're in, you have to take responsibility for your own success or failure. You can't always be looking to blame somebody else, So if you have a crappy trend or a crappy rating book or whatever it is, don't be looking to blame the program director or the sales manager or everybody else or the general manager, which you wouldn't do because you don't have the balls to rip him on the air. But nevertheless, don't be looking to blame somebody else. Look in the mirror. It'd be very easy to say, well, we don't have any promotion on this. Well, something we don't have any promotion, and we still just had the biggest goddamn rating book in the history of WQAM, in the modern history of it anyway, since way back in the days when there was only 2 stations on the air, and they still couldn't make 50%. So how is that possible? I'm just not too big on guys that are always looking for scapegoats, blaming somebody else. I mean, if I'm on the air and getting a lot of crappy calls and idiots, I mean, how can I blame the people on the other side of the glass? Are they responsible for that?
No.
No. We got a whole bunch of people in this radio station who have turned into emotional cripples lately. I don't know what that's all about. If you're having a crappy day, crap happens. That's the way it is. Just the way it works. But don't be looking to point the finger at all the underlings. Oh, it's your fault. Yeah, how is it their fault? Are they making the calls?
No.
Are they set-up deals?
No.
So that's my best advice, okay, is that some of the people in this building need to grow up and take responsibility for their own success or failure. You're going to take credit for the success. Don't be pointing the finger at everybody else, blaming them when you suck big time, okay? I'm not blaming anybody else for those shows where I was giving stuff away. Those shows sucked. I apologize. I'm embarrassed by those shows. Those shows were worse than back in the days when I was doing those boring guests on W Snooze 100 years ago and on INZ at night. Hello, doctor. Those shows I'm embarrassed by. I apologize for those. I don't blame anybody else. Nobody held a gun to my head and said, you got to put this old fart on the air and talk to a bunch of 90-year-old geriatric idiots who want to hear some free medical advice and, find out how to squeeze their bag the right way. Nobody told me to do that. I take responsibility. It takes a real man like yours truly to take responsibility for your own whatever. If you're going to say, hey, look, we just had a great book, fine. Then when you have a crappy book, don't look to blame anybody else, Joe, and others in this building. Don't be pointing the finger at all the underlings, blaming them when you're doing a really crappy, horrible show. Say, I suck today. I'd like to have some of these people on this station get on here and say, my show yesterday sucked, and I'm responsible for it. Huh? Now, my show yesterday happened to be pretty damn good. On this, although we've had plenty of shows on this station that sucked, and I take some responsibility for it. I think mostly it's George. No, seriously, don't be blaming other people when you suck. If I suck, it's because I want to suck, okay? But that's another story for tomorrow's show. Let's see. People are saying a synonym for the F word. Here's, thank you. I can't stand Will Smith. Is there anybody in this audience who can stand Will Smith?
No.
No. Everybody I know hates him like poison. Do the black people like Will Smith?
No.
White people?
No.
Yellow people?
No.
Purple people?
No.
Eaters? No, they hate him. Who are his crowd? Who they be? I think it's another media myth. I think it's a conspiracy. Nobody likes Will Smith. He's just obnoxious. He's just got that arrogant, hostile attitude like my stuff don't stink. God, does he make me nauseous. How come Freddie Prinze is dead and he's still alive? Whatever that means. But I think it's a great point. Here's Pompano Beach. Hello.
Hey, Neil. How you doing today?
Great.
Hey, 6 pounds and 5 days on the Atkins.
Oh! All right.
Hey, one question, too. William Holden, number 25 on that list?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and Peter Finch isn't even on the list.
Hey, where's Peter O'Toole?
Peter O'Toole is also not on the list.
I mean, that's a travesty.
There's no Tools on this list. There's Father O'Toole is on his number 22. He's number 69, Father O'Toole.
Hey, another question. Do you know where you can get, copies of, the Canada Cup, 72 Canada Cup and 76 Canada Cup on tape?
Yeah, in Canada, like at the world's largest bookstore. In the
whether you actually
section.
have real tapes you can get, right?
Right.
Oh, all right. Hey, can I suck around for Tarzan for my daughter?
I love it! I just had an accident.
Squirt, squirt.
Oh, my God. You see what I mean? Now you can make it if you know how to do it right. This can be very entertaining in a very sadistic way. And, of course, I am sadistic. I'm a real sadist. It's when you live in South Florida long enough, you become A, very kind of cloistered and unfriendly, and B, you start becoming a sadist, and you want to inflict as much punishment on everybody else so they can be as miserable as you are because you have to be here. Wow, that was great. By the way, sir, the answer is no. We haven't even decided yet whether we're going to give them away. We're doing a little foreplay here, okay? And don't use your daughter. I love these people that use their kids as a tool, okay? Use them as a weapon. Oh, well, my little kid, he's dying of some horrible disease. We don't know what it is yet, and we're not really sure if he's got it, but we think he might be dying someday. Can we have the tickets?
No.
What tickets? We're not doing any tickets yet. This is the foreplay hour. And so far, the overwhelming majority of people have said, don't do that, because if I do it, it's only going to be one person's fault, and that's George. I mean, mine. No, well, he's pushing for it. I don't know why you're pushing for it. You got to send him out. He's getting the mailing labels all out. You can, in fact, it's more for you. Maybe Goofball there wants some, wouldn't go see that, would you?
Stephanie might want to see it.
There you go. Maybe he'd like a pair and some tickets too. Huh? So let's give them to our friends in here if we have any that might want to go see it and not waste our time with the audience going to see some stupid Tarzan cartoon. What kind of a person goes and sees a Tarzan cartoon? Only somebody who goes because his woman, he's got a pacifier, so maybe he might get lucky someday soon. Or George wants to put on a good act for his family, like he's a good family man, So anyway, 21 before 2. By the way, I understand that we're all getting on remember Phil Henry had that Ireland trip that went over like a bomb because nobody believed it was for real? I think we're all getting on a plane and going to Shannon. Hey, what's wrong with that? Shannon, Shaglantic, huh?
What do you mean by that?
See, now you're getting a little bit carried away. Don't overdo it, you know what I mean, sweetheart? Don't get a little too carried away. See what I mean about him? Give him a little bit of opening. All these guys, they want their own show. I'm going to tell you, 2 o'clock today. It'd be dynamite. Hollywood Seminole Gaming is where they at. What do you give me a look like that for? He had a crappy show yesterday. I heard he had a Hank show, and he's blaming everybody else. It wasn't because of everybody else, because your callers sucked. You ever had bad callers before? What's wrong with you, man? Stop pointing. I told you, stop picking on the underlings, mister. Funny. Just because you lost 20 or 30 pounds, now you're a big shot, just calm down. And believe me, you don't look that great, any more than I do. Everybody around here a little bit out of control. Like I said, everything was going just great. We were on an even keel. Everybody was happy. We had great ratings. And then all of a sudden, we get one bad trend or somebody farts the wrong flavor, and then everybody's all bent out of shape here. It must be a coincidence Greg's out of town when this is all going on, too, by the way. Is it a coincidence?
No.
No. Pussies. 20 before 11 at 560 WQAM.
This summer, there's no Lollapalooza. So you gotta see Loserpalooza. Loserpalooza, $19.99.
New kids on the block. Gerardo.
Rico. Suave.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Because Marky Mark is
Barry Manilow.
The guy from Milli Vanilli that hasn't killed himself yet. Loserpalooza, $19.99. Sponsored by ValueJet, Master of Ceremonies, Kato Kalin, and Monica Lewinsky. Loserpalooza, $19.99. Loserpalooza.
Here's a great fax from Boston, no less. See, I told you if we had another out-of-town line here, we get 50 million calls every day from living and breathing people. But nevertheless, the fax machine still works. From Scott in Boston, who says, I like hearing you not give stuff away. When you give freeloaders a hard time, it makes my day. My vote would be for you to tell people you were giving the tickets away, but then not actually give them to anyone who asked for them. Huh. Well, we've done that before. I've pulled that, especially when we actually were giving something away but had to go through about 100 people. I don't know. That's bad. It's that sadistic streak in me again that makes I like hearing people grovel, especially for something as insignificant as movie tickets. There's nobody listening to me right now can't afford like $10 for a pair of movie tickets. Is there anybody? No. I mean, I realize that cheap booze is pretty expensive these days, that Grandma Boone, but nevertheless. So thank you, Scott in Boston. How do you like that? 567-0560. I still haven't made up my definitive mind, though, by the way. Because I think the audience might enjoy hearing a lot of you people out there grovel and, dehumanize yourself. I mean, for $10 worth of tickets, these people would do almost anything. They get on their hands and knees and kiss my feet. Oh, sorry, Joe. Here's a fax. Now, where the hell is this? Oh, I see. Panama City, that's where it happened. A fourth-grade student was reading a magazine when his teacher, Wanda Nelson, grabbed it, the magazine, that is, called it pornography, ripped up the offending pages, and threw them in a trash can. This was in Panama City. Only in America. Oh! Only in prudish backwoods America. The magazine was National Geographic. And the pornography was an article on evolution that included drawings, not pictures, not photos, drawings of naked humans.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Woo! Yesterday, the Cherry Street Elementary School teacher received a written reprimand for inappropriate action. But the school superintendent didn't believe that censorship was an issue. Bay County School Superintendent Larry Bollinger said he supported the teacher's right to stop what she considered a disruption, but said she crossed the line when she damaged the magazine. In other words, it's okay to keep the kids from looking at those drawings, but don't be throwing them in the trash because probably the superintendent wants to see it later on. Sebastian Allen, 10, had taken his older brother's magazine, a rare collector's issue, to school after Ms. Nelson had encouraged Ms. Nelson. I asked that on the air once before, and nobody responded to it because they don't want to admit that most of their teachers were bull dykes. Miss. How can you be Miss? I mean, you're Miss whatever she was. She was like 65 years old. She was Miss. I had a teacher, Miss Lyons. She was like 120 years old. She was still a Miss. There's something amiss here. Anyway, he had taken the magazine to school after Ms. Nelson had encouraged students to bring reading material from home in case they completed a state assessment test before time ran out. So he brings in this National Geographic, 10 years old. Do you think that 10-year-olds are too young to see drawings of naked people?
No.
I mean, what are we talking about here, boys and girls? 10 years old. Is there any kid too young to see pictures of naked people?
No.
And because the message we want to send out, of course, is the human body is dirty. Dirty, dirty, dirty. The body, forget about the sex part, but I mean just the body all by itself, it's dirty. Especially if it's like a lot of hair on it like an ape. Then it's really dirty. Well, you know, that hair collects a lot of, all kinds of stuff. But at any rate. So there you go, Panama City, Florida. Well, you'd expect to find that kind of crap going on, by the way, Panama City. Bunch of uptight Floridians, and you people are talking about, well, if we ever get casinos here, yeah, we're going to get casinos here. Up your ass, we're going to get casinos. Because we got these places. Take a look at this state. Where do you find a part of this state where there's like living and breathing people? We have about, 500 of them here? Where else? Any of them in Tampa?
No.
We got 4 or 5 over there in Fort Myers listening on our affiliate over there. Like I said, 3 or 4. Naples?
No.
No. Got the Beasleys over there. That immediately qualifies as subhuman. Tampa? Oh, geez. Clearwater?
No.
Lutz?
No.
Panama City?
No.
Tallahassee?
No.
Gainesville? Well, let's see. College students, maybe, especially if they're from out of state. There's a few. But other than that, the idea of living and breathing in people with an IQ larger than their toenail in this state is so ludicrous. And we're going to get casinos here. We're going to have like all these things going on. No, we got license plates that say choose life and take a bullet for Christ. We got those coming out. But anything that makes sense that we might be able to have a good time with. Okay, all you spring breakers now, Daytona's had enough too. Get out of there. Push them up into Georgia. Push them up to goddamn Savannah. Anywhere out of this state. We don't want any living and breathing people here. We don't want to have a good time. We want to make sure that misery loves company, and you're having it. Misery. Even maybe we ought to bring her here to be governor. Kathy Bates. She'd be a perfect governor for the state of Florida. She can come over to your house and break your legs in her spare time. Here's, what is that? Boy Beach. Oh, Boynton Beach. Boy Beach, where's that? Yes,
Boynton.
sir. Well, go ahead.
I say give the tickets away, but only to Southern Baptists.
Uh-huh. Well, I guess that leaves you out. Okay. We're not giving away no tickets unless we get a whole run of people here who want them. If you want them, you better call right now. Maybe I'll break down. I doubt it, but you never know. What? Oh, you're saying don't do it either? I'm asking. I asked you a question. Now,
I don't want to answer the phone and get addresses and stuff like that.
Oh! Well, there's an honest answer. See, George never said that before because George has got a family to support. He's like on a payroll. But when you're not making any money here, I guess that's a real honest answer there, right there. It's a pain in the ass, taking all those names and... well, make him do it then. He's the one that's got all the address labels out. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Mobile One line. It's great. Just great watching people growl. My daughter, she's so upset. You had those tickets. You could have shared them with us. Yeah, share this. No extra charge, by the way. In fact, we might throw some of that in the envelope with the tickets. 567. See, you don't want them bad enough, do you? Now, the one guy, I will give him credit. He did ask, and it was very humiliating and embarrassing, and I'm sure a lot of people are calling him at home right now or at the office just making all kinds of fun of him. But it was worth it. For $10 worth of crappy tickets to some stupid cartoon movie. And by the way, it's Disney, which is why the guy said give them to the Southern Baptist. That was cute, pal. Just hit me, okay? I'm a little bit slow today. 567-0560. Well, I'm a little bit slow because I'm still recovering for the aberrant behavior of some of our hosts here yesterday who were busy running around screaming at everybody else. You know, we got some people here, they can put on this act of being a little bit civilized for a while, you know, and then all of a sudden then they revert to their true form. You know who I'm talking about? Just kind of, relax, stop bitching everybody out. You had a crappy show. Life goes on. You got a nice big fat check coming in there. That big network check coming in too. Everything's going along great. Don't rock the boat. By the way, speaking of disco, I was in my barber's chair this morning and they had, and by the way, guess what song? Everywhere I go, I mean, you can't get away from it. In fact, I'm almost getting tired of it. It's the goddamn Backstreet Boys, the single, I mean, it's a great song, but enough already. I mean, just enough. There's other great songs on that album, and that, by the way, was one of them the first 45,000 times, but now just give it a rest. Wow. So anyway, I'm sitting there getting my hair cut, and on the radio, it must have been Y100, because it sounded like a real bunch of simpletons on there. And they were talking about Donna Summer. Would they have Donna Summer on Y100? Has she got like a new hit or something? She does? I guess that's what they were playing. Anyway, they were talking to her about, well, isn't it great that she was never stalked and she was never getting all that bad publicity? And I'm thinking to myself, who the hell has really ever heard it until her little comeback here? She was, my barber said she was doing gospel records there for a while. You know, that's how desperate she was, because everybody was running around. It was the trendy thing to say disco sucked, even though everybody loved disco. But everybody had to run around saying disco sucked because they figure if you said that you liked disco, that made you a faggot. And, of course, it did. Because, like, it seems like everything else. You want to know how to dress? Turn to the faggots, okay? You want to know about music? Turn to the faggots. You want to know about show business, movies, art, all that? Turn to the faggots. Now, some people would say, well, if you want to know about music, turn to the Schwarzes, because everybody's rapping it, all the young white guys, and they're talking like Schwarzes, they're listening to their music. But see, basically, white people don't have anything, you know? Heterosexual white people have no culture. They have nothing of their own. They steal everything from somebody else. That's an excellent point that I just made. Even I'm impressed by it. Never really thought about that before. Other than maybe Elvis. Maybe that's why Elvis is so high on that list, because he's a wasp. He was a wasp. He was a good old country boy, redneck, who used to sleep with mommy till they were about 35. Yeah. What's wrong with sleeping in the same bed with mommy till you're like 40? I don't, you know. Gets a little crowded, but here's a mobile in Pompano. Hello.
Yeah, Neil, how you doing today?
Great. You want some tickets?
No, give them to Joe Rose. He's got plenty of time on his hands.
Yeah.
Hey, page 4 or 5 of the Slum Sentinel local section today. Read the article about the preacher.
We got another bad preacher? Okay, thank you. What do you say, 4 or 5 of the local section? Okay, I'll dig it up in the break, pal, whatever you say. Not another bad preacher. It's just another isolated incident.
There's no fact in the church.
567-0560, pound 560 on the Mobile One line. I got a great fax from Nurit. You ever get a fax from a guy named Nurit before?
No.
No. Who's Israeli? Those Israelis. You talk about the Schwarzes having strange names. Those Israelis. Like Yitzchak. Didn't Sean say his brother's name was Yitzchak? But that's in Hebrew. We don't do Hebrew. Like Nachman. My name is Nachman. It's got a good... And oh, there's another one. Delicious. Nachman. I love that. Jews have got strange names. Schwarzes have got really funky names. I like Moesha. I would say of all the names in America, my favorite is definitely Moesha. What be your favorite name? Huh? Now, see, it's interesting that white people like the rap music, and white kids, they like speaking the nigger thing, hey nigger and all this other. But you don't see white people yet naming their kids Moesha. Not yet. Now, maybe if Jerry Springer stays on long enough, it might start, splitting into trailer parks. Can't you just see white kids in trailer parks named Moesha? Huh?
Oh!
I like it. 567 and maybe Mofo, your money? 567-0560, pound 560 on a Mobile One line. Do I sound a little incoherent today?
Uh-huh.
I don't know what that is. I don't know why I'm so incoherent. Maybe it's because I have to go to Mommy's for lunch today and I'm a little bit off my feed. That might be it.
I'm not like the kind of guy who goes infringing on other people's rights. It's not my business. What you do is up to you. Why some folks care is beyond me. I thought this country was free as far as what anybody else likes to do. I like to smoke. Helps me relax, and I'm aware of the cancer and the heart attacks. In the meantime, I'm as healthy as I can get. But these new laws are getting me pissed, and I'd like to strangle the son of a bitch that tells me not to smoke my cigarette. Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Smoke, smoke, I don't care if I smoke myself to death. I don't give a crap what you say, now get the hell out of my way, 'cause I'm gonna have another cigarette. Now, you can't smoke in most restaurants, sports arenas, or even bars. It's the most fascist agenda I've seen yet. And I don't need any judgment passed on me by some sanctimonious ass just because I'm smoking a cigarette. Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Smoke, smoke, I don't care if I smoke myself to death. I just want to have a little fun, so get your hands out of my lungs, 'cause I'm gonna have another cigarette. The ones who scream the most, it seems, about how dangerous cigarettes can be are smoking weed. Gee, I guess it's okay for them. So if you want any more anti-smoking laws passed, let me bend right over and you can kiss my ass, because I'm going to have another cigarette.
All right.
Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Yes. Smoke, smoke, I don't care if I smoke myself to death. Now get the hell out of my way or else I'll blow smoke in your face, because I'm gonna have another cigarette.
11:02 at 560 WQAM. So we just got some unbelievable information from one of our listeners out there. I can't divulge the source, but it's a very credible source. So the rumor is that, and maybe that's why he went ballistic yesterday, maybe he was looking to get canned. But the rumor is that Joe Rose is leaving the morning show, okay? That's a rumor I just heard, passed to me by a very authoritative source. So we'll find out, maybe, which might open the door for,
Yes!
There you go. We've been waiting. He's been waiting in the wings for a long time for that call.
Yes!
So we'll be tuning in tomorrow just to make sure, because I hear it's like imminent, like any second. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Hello, Neil Ohim.
Speaking.
How are you?
Nachman.
Ah, yes. As far as the Stanley Cup goes,
yes.
Since Satan is on Buffalo, does that mean Scrudlin is God?
Yeah. Scrudlin's a piece of crap.
Yeah, but Satan...
And you notice how he got such another stupid penalty there at the end, toward the end of the game, like he used to with the Panthers the last 2 years? And when we got rid of him, I said, good riddance to bad rubbish?
Yeah, but Satan versus...
Yeah, okay, thank you. Got it the first time, sir. It was weak the first time, and then to repeat it, that's like unconscionable. See, I could just let that go on and then blame somebody else for the fact that was a real crappy, boring call, but I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't point fingers at everybody else. And like I said, 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. I just dumped that. I dumped myself. Is that the third time I've ever done that? No, I promised I wouldn't say that, okay? And I always keep my promise most of the time. That was bad. It just kind of like slipped out. But it's just one of those things, you know, when the pressure, like I said yesterday, one bad trend, and right away, everybody around here that was doing so great, now all of a sudden they're starting to get like real, like that. What's going to happen if we have another bad trend and whenever it comes out in a couple of weeks? What's going to happen then, huh? You can just only imagine the psychosis going on in this building. Just relax. I think Geldy ought to hold a seminar. I'm a good student. I learned the hard way.
I don't give a shit.
That's right. Through all those months of grief and screaming and yelling and carrying on and getting the phone slammed down on me by Bill Tanner, which at least has saved me from having to speak to him again, by the way, because you do understand this is the Tanner building. Where are we going? Here's West Miami. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Pig report from West Miami. The cops busted, I was getting an oil change the other day, and the cops busted a guy doing stuff in the bathroom at Jiffy Lube.
Yeah. Well, Jiffy Lube's a good place to do it, I guess.
I guess he was getting a full top-to-bottom service.
Right.
Listen, you're the best. Keep up the good work. No giveaways, please. I hate those people that call. They want their sweet and low. They steal the sweet and low from the restaurants, and they want free tickets.
God bless you, sir, and don't steal too much Jiffy Lube, okay?
All right, Neil.
Just enough for one hand. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. So far, it's unanimous, except, of course, for the freeloaders who want the tickets. And you know something, and I might actually give some away here today. I just pick and choose. What, 2? A pair?
Line 2 wants tickets.
I already saw that. I'm way ahead of you. Now, see, I already did you a favor by dumping the other thing out, so just relax, okay? Just stay calm. I'm way ahead of all you people. I'm so far ahead, that's the problem. I keep looking back, but there's nobody there. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT. See, if the audience really understood what half of the stuff I'm talking about, then I'd really be doing great, or maybe be in big trouble. Where's the fax I was talking about, my Israeli friend? What the hell did I do with that? So much good crap here today. Man, and a lot of bad stuff, too. Most of the faxes that come in, oh, here it is. It's right here on top where it was. It says, Dear Neil, I heard you for the first time about 12 years ago. This is our Israeli friend, by the way, who starts out by going,
Oi!
Heard you for the first time about 12 years ago when visiting the States from Israel. My father gave you a hearty recommendation telling me you were astounding. So I listened. To this day, all I recall is Pope madness. The Pope was on his way here and you were in a frenzy. I must admit, I was astounded. I'm astounding and he was astounded. What do you expect? Oh! I'm astounding. You should be astounded. So much so that I took your show back with me to Israel and tried to peddle it in Hebrew format. Look at this. They're even trying to rip me off in Israel. How do you like that? Israel needed a good whole political religion bashing radio station, so I nagged and failed. Oh, there's Mark Mosley standing in the doorway. It's always good. There's one of the good people from Power 96, him and Phil Griffin. Are there any other ones? No. Anyway, it says they looked at me contemptuously and they said they had heard of you and they don't want such as you. Nothing personal. You were just too controversial. We don't want his kind on the air over here is what they were trying to say. Cox Ahoy's is what they said. And they called their radio station the voice of peace. Ha! He says with an exclamation point. I love that. Don't you love all the things that you see like in comic books? You know, it's like pow, like in Batman, you know, pow, bam, things that nobody ever says or makes those sounds, but nevertheless, ha! Anybody you know ever say ha? No, only at the dentist. Anyway, to make this story, long story even longer, I'm back here in Miami. It'll be 3 years since I've arrived here, a refreshing breeze in this sweltering, decaying city. I enjoy listening to your acrid, brutally honest wit. Unfortunately, I can't leave Miami, so don't you leave either. Oh, as a matter of fact, now that you mention that, Joe Rose and I are leaving to do a... We constantly hear all the bad and corrupt. I merely wanted to praise you for all the good and compassionate. Perhaps hope will triumph over experience, as Samuel Johnson said, whatever that means. Listless in Miami. And I'd rather call him Listless in Miami than Nurit, because Nurit is like, what kind of a name is that? That's almost as bad as Moesha. Don't be picking on Moesha again. We'll get that guy calling again from Liberty City who was all psychotic because he thought it was a racist thing. I don't care if you're like purple, okay? If your name is Moesha, all I can say is, God, change it. 8 minutes after 11 at 560 WQAM. Have we given any tickets away yet?
No.
But I'm sure thinking about it. I got my thinking cap on. I might just do it if somebody sucks real hard, you know? If somebody gets me just in the right frame of mind, makes up some cockamamie story, I might give away some of those Tarzan to that great Disney Tarzan cartoon. It's Disney, so it must be great. And it's probably part of that homosexual agenda, too, by the way. Is this one where Tarzan keeps dropping his loincloth on the ground? I think that's the one.
Good can't keep his pecker in his pants.
2 rocks for every time.
All right.
I've been rolling with a trunk load in my 81 Buick. Crack City, here I be come. And if I have to bust a cap, I just say I didn't do it. Crack City, here I be come. And when I get to Crack City, I go to the third world and act around the club on who be buying my girl. I be going to Crack City to the floating nightclubs. Yeah, I be going to Crack City and be stabbing my blood. When I be going to Crack City and unload my junk, I never go to Crack City without packing my gun. Yeah, 2 rock for every time. Know that every now and then I sell some crack to a white dude. Crack City, here I become. Some was buck on the intersection working for free food. Crack City, here I become. Well, I be cruising by the Verbal House with no windows and be macking on Moesha. She my favorite hoe. Yeah, we go to Crack City, and I'm gonna sell my crack. I be going to Crack City, you can count on that. I be going to Crack City, and blast my rap. I be going to Crack City, 'cause I be bad, yeah. 2 rock for every that's right. Supposed to be a guitar here.
What are you talking about?
You mean you can't play no guitar?
Everyone play no guitar.
Motherfucker.
11:15 at 560 WQAM. So I almost forgot, by the way, yesterday, thanks to our good close personal friend Nick and Mike and all our Goyim down there at Nick's Cigars, they brought all these fantastic cigars up here, including a box of Cuban Bullets. Remember I asked you, are these real strong? And you said no. And you were right, because I smoked one on the way home, and God, they're great. These are, in fact, I think I like these even better than the Perdomo Reserve. Cuban Bullet. There's nothing like, I took a Cuban Bullet for price. That's right. Pop that baby right in my puss. So I'm just going to, suck on one here during the show just to keep it, in my, they got this aroma like Something really interesting in there. Very good. Thank you, Nick and Mike and you guys. Pop a Cuban bullet in your mouth this week. Here, now let's do this lady. She's been waiting on there a while in Fort Lauderdale because I have a feeling she might want something. Hello?
Neil?
Yes?
Hi, Neil. I listen to you. I'm not a first-time caller, and I'm not a first-time listener, and I think I deserve tickets
For what?
for my daughter
No, but I mean, why do you deserve them? What do you mean you deserve them?
because I'm a loyal listener.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So can I go? Can I get the tickets? What do I have to do to get the tickets, Neil?
Because you listen?
Yeah.
You deserve them? See, the way you said that, it came across, I don't think you really intended to sound that arrogant, you know? Like I listen, so therefore I deserve the tickets. That just sounds...
Well, because I'm a loyal listener.
Yeah. Well, let's take a vote. What do you think? Should she get them?
No.
Okay, you don't get them. 567. Well, there was a vote of 1 on the committee here, and I decided she's not going to get them. I just didn't like the way she broached that whole thing, you know? Just like I'm a loyal listener, therefore I deserve them. No, I appreciate you being a loyal listener. You listen because you like the show, and I'm giving you some free entertainment here every day. That should be enough of a reward. The price is right to listen to this show in this otherwise god-awful, boring damn place. But I mean, to say like I deserve them because I listen, I mean, that's just not good. If you had something really creative, like my daughter's got a bad hangnail or something, or I just broke my nails. Oh, by the way, hi to my good friend Sylvia again. Oh! I forgot the good news. Yesterday I left here and go through the turnpike, and there's my close personal friend Sylvia. I said, hey, Sylvia, I was talking about you today. Oh, I know, I was listening, and she gave me like a pat on the hand. I said, don't touch, sweetheart, I love you. Saw Sylvia, and then going home, guess who I saw in my neighborhood yesterday who gave me a big friendly wave? Rick the mailman. Oh! All right. No, it's funny because I saw him pulling out, and the mail truck too, from the side street. See, how is that possible? I don't get home at exactly the same time every day, and yet Rick the mailman is always pulling out from one of those side streets just at the moment that I'm driving up to my house. I don't understand that. He must like sit off the edge of the road there waiting, you know, looking down the street to see when I'm coming, and then pull out there, you know, so he can like flip me off or whatever. But yesterday he gave me a big wave, and I was like chuckling as soon as I saw the mail truck pull out because I thought to myself, well, now's the moment of truth. He almost turned it off, but he couldn't get his hand quite on that knob soon enough, so he's still listening. Nice going, Rick. You're okay in my book. Just don't shine me again. I mean, I usually don't give a crap what anybody thinks, but there are a few exceptions, and Rick the mailman, he's one. When he starts, when he turns his back on me, then I know I'm finished, and I can't blame it on anybody else. Like certain other people on this station are always blaming everybody else for their crappy shows. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. No, seriously, no, it's not personal either. It's business, not personal, like Ed Kaplan. I love Ed Kaplan. He's a great guy, but I happened to be in the car last night, and I'm going to tell you something. Oh, have you ever... Oh, please. I realized it was an emergency. They had nobody to fill there until the Marlin game, which didn't start till much later on last night, but I mean, a shameless, not just a gambling show. I want to retract what I've said before. I joke about being the Ed Kaplan gambling show, and I think I'm joking about it. It's not a joke. I wish I had the calls from that show, the first 3 or 4 calls. I mean, right out of the box. Hey, that San Jose State Sacramento game, that volleyball game. What do you think? The overs? I got the unders on the Angels. I mean, they could put like a hidden mic at Muggsy Solomon's bookie joint, and it would basically be the same as the Ed Kaplan show. How could we possibly have that on there before 10 o'clock? I think the FCC should pass a law that Ed Kaplan, even though he's a great guy and we love him, he should not be allowed on the air before 10 o'clock at night. Because at least anybody who's listening after 10 o'clock at night, it's okay to have the GA crowd, because anybody else that's got a real life, they're not listening to the radio after 10 o'clock at night, are they?
No.
Of course not. No way, Jose. I mean, this was just, exactly, I'm speechless about it.
Yeah.
Okay, Ticket Central. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
I'm down in Copens now, but I just wanted to thank you. You should put me on before the lady, because I wanted to thank you. I went over to Nick and I saw Mike yesterday.
Right.
And he gave me that extra 10% off for Teresa.
Great.
And I just called to thank you, sir.
And God bless him. Boy, have you tried these Cuban bullets?
No, but he gave me one. I'm going to try it tonight.
He gave you a Cuban bullet? He's been known to do that. Well, you survived it, okay. No, I'm serious. This is, I mean, everybody's got different tastes, but to me, this is a great cigar.
Oh, they got great cigars down there.
Yeah.
I go all the way down from Sunrise to go down there when I'm down in that area.
All right.
I go down there all the time to get them. They're great.
Thanks a lot, pal.
Take care, bye.
See ya. There you go. That's one of my people drives all the way from Sunrise all the way down there to Miami. to take a bullet for Nick. Isn't that what that girl did out there? Yeah, she took a bullet for Nick. Not for Christ's sake, for Nick. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. And don't be letting your little 10-year-old kids take no National Geographics with drawings of naked. And by the way, what kind of National Geographic only has drawings of naked people in it? Huh? I thought that's the only reason that people bought National Geographic was for the pictures of naked people in it.
They didn't have many pictures of cavemen.
What does that mean?
That's what the drawings were of.
No, you're missing my point. You don't understand what I'm saying. In other words, if those were offensive, what about the other pictures you'd expect to find in a National Geographic about all those naked, you bangies? What? Hey, listen, I mean, it's a genetic thing. People can't help it if they have thick lips, unless, of course, they're doing something to intentionally stretch them. Now, that's an interesting point. And there's a lot of guys out there who would appreciate a nice young lady with very thick lips. Huh? I'm sure they would. I mean, when you say, don't give me no lip, I mean, don't say that so fast before you think about the implications, man. Don't lip off to me. Oh, gee, I shouldn't have said that again. Do you hear what I said? I said lip off. Don't say that. Should I say that again?
No.
Don't be saying that. Woo! We'll be back to square one all over it. We want the tapes. Yeah, just calm down. Just calm down and grow up. That's my advice for some of the people in this town. Calm down and grow up, not necessarily in that order. Now, they do those African tribes. They have those lips, or they put those like, some people have a bone in their nose. They put like a bone in their lip. Anybody ever have a bone in their lip?
Uh-huh.
Well, but at any rate, no, and they have all those things. What do they put in there? And then they do the thing, they stretch it way out.
It's a block of wood.
Oh, they put a block of wood in there? Why? What is that? Is it considered lovely? It's considered. Oh, look at that! You're beautiful, man. Wow. Yeah. That's the most beautiful long lip I ever seen in my life. 567-0560. So now maybe there's, I don't know. I don't want, this is a sensitive issue, okay? I don't want to start getting called all kinds of names again. But you do notice that in America there are many black people. Now, do islands people also have that, or just African Americans? Do Jamaicans have like a little loose lip?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, it's good to hide your weed in there, I guess. Huh? Oh, yeah, when you got that big pouch right there in your mouth. Just don't want to swallow any seeds because then they come out the same way they go in, just like corn. But at any rate, no, seriously, it's an interesting thing there, and of course it's much too sensitive to have an intelligent, mature conversation about that. About thick, there are many black people. For example, Malcolm on Young and Horny. He don't have those big, thick, you bangy lips, does he?
No.
No, of course he's like white. I think really, he just has a suntan. But the thick lips, I think that's like an African thing. Let's find out if the Haitians and Jamaicans have thick lips. Excellent topic. Here's Coral Gables. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. I'm going to have to correct you on something you said
Go
earlier.
right ahead. I make lots of mistakes.
I have a coworker. They named their kid Shafran Florane, and their last name is O'Reilly.
Oi! Wow.
And
so in other words, it's already started.
It's starting, and they listen to that gangster rap, and they're converting to. They're even talking about converting to Islam.
So in other words, all of that's okay as long as they don't move into their neighborhood. Is that what they're basically saying?
Yeah, basically they're middle class wannabe black people.
They're white people who want to be black.
Right.
Maybe we could have like National Switch Day when all the white people who want to be black and all the black people who want to be white, like all of a sudden wake up and somebody snaps their fingers and bada bing, you know?
I know, and well, next thing we got to do, we got to switch Lenny Kravitz. We got to switch Lenny Kravitz back over.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, and I agree with you to an extent. I do have that little sadistic thing in me where I do enjoy hearing people grovel and you badgering them for free stuff. But after about 3 hours, it gets very ponderous.
Mm-hmm. Well, we've only had the one. No, we had two. We had two people today, and I said no to both of them.
Okay, and I don't want any free crap, and we'll see you at Cathode Ray.
Okay. Not. Oh, that's the guy. That must be the guy that faxes us all those faxes from Cathode Ray. Hey, he sounded a little light in his loafers. Well, you know what that one guy said? He said, we don't really have any audience. It's just a few people light in the loafers get all the diaries. Anybody believe that?
No.
567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. In other words, the sports shows are the ones that have the big audience, is what he was really saying. Is there anybody with a right mind believes that?
No.
So I guess Joe Rose is finished. We want to wish him best in whatever his future endeavors are. I guess it's a secret yet. He'll make an announcement at the appropriate time, but been a lot of fun working with him. I don't see him all that often, except when he's standing there in the hallway. screaming at the PD. 26 past 11 at 560 WQAM. It's, you want some of those tickets?
Ray Whitney has a pair.
It's a special day here at Disney World when the screening gays meet the rest of the girls in the closet no more. That's what gay day is for. It's a gay day after all. It's a day of fun when we wear red shirts, and when we all come, you can hear the squirts. We can tickle and tease with our manicured goatees. It's a gay day after all. We'll be holding hands in Adventureland and watch the Liza Minnelli marching band. We'll make Tourist Street with a kiss on the cheek. It's a gay day after all. We can wear tight shorts made of gold lame and wear mascara like Billy Zane. We can mince away as we prance and sashay. It's a gay day after all. MGM will have a celebrity ball hosted by Rip Taylor and RuPaul. There'll be Mervyn Monkey Rock, not to mention Pete Lecoq. It's a gay day after all. 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 It's a gay day after all.
All right, we're going to Disney, baby. At least we're going to go see that Disney Tarzan movie. Let's give away some tickets, huh?
No.
No, come on. Come on, loosen up with the goddamn tickets. I think a lot of people out there start despising me when they know they got something. Am I ever going to use them?
No.
I couldn't care less about some stupid cartoon, you know? Here's a great facts, by the way, that I think has got some interesting and debatable points. It says, here's the reason that jocks and wealthy playboys always prefer white chicks. It says, white chicks are always shaved, bathed, and sweet-smelling. The best breast and reactive nipples, They're into oral, anal, bi, responsive, and orgasmic, non-religious. They'll party all night and love dildos, and they have the number one ass
Rectum
of any race. Spanish chicks, however, says facial hair, sideburns, and mustache, and legs, loose ass, long lips, talk a lot about their family, not horny, non-reactive nipples. Spanish chicks. Black chicks, it says smell like cheap lotion and have non-reactive nipples. Black chicks smell like cheap lotion?
Uh-huh.
And Asian chicks have a bony ass, smell like garlic, and it says hair in privates is 6 inches long. There you go.
Oh!
So what's not to like? 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Unbelievable. Here's Miami. Hello.
Neil, God.
Yes, sir. Speaking.
Oh, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I got a Cuban bullet in my mouth. What more could you want? Of course, It's not lit because it's a non-smoking joint. You understand that.
Oh, man.
Anybody ever get a non-smoking joint?
I'm over here on my knees like a faithful religious subject that I am, sucking up for some tickets.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
For my daughter, of course.
Uh-huh. For my daughter, yeah.
Suck.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's the reason I should give them to you? I mean, you got to give me something.
I'm sucking up to you.
For what?
For tickets.
Okay, hold on. Okay, give that guy some tickets, okay? He sounded desperate. On line 6? Give the guy on line 6 some tickets, okay? We already got the mailing labels made out. You can handle it, okay? Just don't put an E on it if he lives in Pompano. Oh, that's right. He's in Miami. You should be able to handle that. Miami. 5-6. Hey, listen, in Gainesville, they don't teach stuff like Pompano, and I don't blame them, okay? 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Look at this. We've already killed an hour and a half with this, and we finally gave away 2 tickets. See, now at this ratio, by about the middle of next week, these tickets are good for when? George, they're good for when? Friday?
Through the engagement.
Through whose engagement?
The movie's engagement.
Which is, what does that mean?
For as long as it's in the theater.
In other words, for as long as it's in there, but based on what I hear, you better go see it quick. No, it'll probably be around a long time. It's a Disney movie. And, of course, those Disney movies, don't we love Disney?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we love Disney just because he pisses off the Baptists. Let's go to Miramar. Hello. Mobile in Miramar. 17 and a half minutes. They're still on there, and they're not responding. How do you like that? What is it?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Neil.
Yes.
How you doing?
Okay.
You gave those tickets away already, huh?
Yeah.
I don't want the tickets, man. I just had a suggestion. I wonder if it's illegal for you to give those tickets away to your guys over there in Publix or the lady in the toll plaza or maybe your mailman.
Rick the mailman. I bet you he'd like to take one of his kids. Of course, I think his kids are probably like 25, but nevertheless.
Anyway,
that's a good idea. Give them to people who are nice.
There you go.
Yeah. That's
That's
right, because these people we talk to on the phone, they're anonymous. We don't know who they are. They might be assholes for all we know. Am I right?
Well, hey.
Could be.
Which is on. Anyway, the main reason why I was calling, man, I've been out of town for quite a bit, and I was calling regarding this rumor you were talking about a couple months ago.
You mean the one about Joe Rose leaving the morning show? Yeah.
No. I'm a big Doll fan. I was wondering about Napoleon Kaufman. Is he doing all right? Is he coming to Miami or what?
Yeah, he's coming to Miami. Him and OJ, they're going to have dinner with
Roy.
Oh, all right, man. That's going to improve our offense big time.
Yeah, Napoleon Kaufman's coming. And LT, he's coming too. We figured this is the place for the good stuff. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. What? Just don't worry about Napoleon Kaufman, okay? He'll be all right. He'll fit in just fine. He's going to come and give Jimmy whatever he wants. Where are we going? By the way, did you read that thing a few weeks ago about how Jimmy has never said to his lovely girlfriend or fiancée, whatever you call her, he never has said, I love you? Now, I mean, that's between them, but why would you tell a reporter, just to be a hard ass, is that it? In other words, just lie down and spread your legs and let's do it, and then let's get back to diagramming football plays. I mean, what is that? What kind of a picture is that somebody wants to make of themselves that he never told he's engaged or something, they're going to get married, but he never told her he loves her. Maybe he doesn't love her. Maybe he doesn't love, maybe he can't stand her other than he likes getting laid once in a while. I have no idea what that's all about. You think Jimmy likes getting laid once in a while?
Uh-huh.
Here's Miami. Hello.
Because he's an asshole.
Is that it?
I want to touch all the topics from a day or so ago, too. Your experience at Ruth Chris.
Yes?
I think that...
I'm actually going to get a response on that? Oh! It only took 3 days to do it.
Well,
they're a little slow, I know.
A little slow is the sun and the heat and the rain. But, if you go there all the time and you're pretty much a regular and all the free publicity, I don't care if the managers are not. They should be, kind of like, not
they
stuck
should
in your ass,
have been there. They should have been there on hands and knees licking each cheek. That's
Mr.
right.
Mr. Rogers, can I get you this? Can I do this?
Right.
Can I buff it a little? Whatever. Come on. I mean, that's a bunch of
crap.
It's pretty lame, I think.
Yeah.
And
I thought it was a pile of
crap. But I want to talk to you about another restaurant, and it's your buddy. And maybe I want to ask you your experience. When you go to Pizza Loft, the food is great.
Yeah.
But 20 minutes after I left there last night, man, big time. It was like the fifth time I went there. Is there something in the sauce or something?
Well, Jeff wants to do a public service. He knows there's a lot of elderly people here that haven't had a real good BM in many years.
They don't have any good bran muffins.
And so at no extra charge, it's almost guaranteed. It's a given.
It's in and out real quick.
That's right. Jeff is an expert on the old in and out.
Can I get a request for you, Go?
Yes, sir.
How about that F thing?
Okay.
Appreciate it.
You got it. If I can find it, because some bozo put it in here under some... Who was it that put it in here, by the way?
Not Shannon.
Not Shannon. Oh, don't get so defensive about Shannon, okay?
She was very defensive about it.
Meaning what?
She was bitching me out for...
No, I love Shannon. She's a very nice young lady, okay? Of course, I don't love her as much as you guys do, but,
Michelle put it in there.
See, I like her because I like her as a person. Not because I want to see her bend down and get something out of the bottom of the cabinet and see what a great ass she's got. Although she does have a great ass. Anyway, it's 21 till noon at 560 WQAM. What did he want? Oh, he wanted that, He wanted that FU thing. And don't be doing that FU thing, because next thing we'll be doing that Shaglatic spot on the air. What a letter. What a letter. Oh, please, maybe, how dare the producers, T. Hilfman in Fort Lauderdale, how dare them do this? Yeah, they're only making millions and millions from that stupid thing, okay? So leave them the hell alone and go mind your own goddamn business. Go kiss the queen on her big fat pimply. Hey, let me tell you, everybody and their brother, you heard the guy before. He lives in Sunrise. He doesn't buy cigars like at his dime store or some neighborhood mom-and-pop cigar store. He gets in his automobile and he drives all the way down to Nick's. And you ought to be doing the same thing, because there's nothing like those great Nick's cigars. Those Perdomo Reserves were my favorite until yesterday. Now, I love those, but when I find a cigar that I like even better, it's got to be pretty damn good. The Cuban Bullet. I put one of those in my You know something? I think I'm walking into Mommy's house today. She's always bitching to me about smoking, which I don't smoke a lot of cigars anymore. One here every now and then, bitching and bitching. If it's not that, it's something else. I should walk in there smoking this stogie with it lit and start blowing smoke around, during lunchtime,
Oh!
Yeah, just to put her in her place and straighten her out. Stop those lectures before they start. But anyway, check out the Cuban Bullets at Nick's and all the other great cigars. They got the Dos Rios, La Tradicion, the San Jose, those inmensos for those who like to pretend they got something big. At least it's in your mouth.
Were you fudge packing?
Perhaps one of the most interesting words in the English language today is the word
Out of all of the English words that begin with the letter F, is the only word that is referred to as the F word. It's the one magical word. Just by its sound can describe pain, pleasure, hate, and love. As most words in the English language, is derived from German, the word flicken, which means to strike. In English, falls into many grammatical categories. As a transitive verb, for instance, John Shirley. Its meaning is not always sexual. It can be used as an adjective, such as, John's doing all the work. As part of an adverb, Shirley talks too much. As an adverb enhancing an adjective, Shirley is beautiful. As a noun, I don't give a As part of a word, abso-lutely, or incredible. And as almost every word in a sentence, the f***ers. As you must realize, there aren't too many words with the versatility of as in these examples describing situations such as fraud, I got at the used car lot, dismay, it, trouble, I guess I'm really now, aggression, don't with me, buddy, dismissal, why don't you go outside and play hide and go yourself? I'm sure you can think of many more examples. Say it loudly and proudly. F*** you.
All right. Okay, it's 11:45 at 560 WQAM. We got the Hank Goldberg Show in the studio at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Oh!
That's right. Then we got, what's his name? Josh Darrow. We got Clarence at 6 tonight. You know, Clarence is a good guy, but how come he's doing a show? Well, if Josh Friedman can do a show, why not Clarence, okay? He can handle it. Right? He can do it. And then 8 o'clock we have the NHL game number 5. You know, I don't know, just starting to sink in on me. Tonight's the big night. A lot of pressure starting to build because the Sabres better come through, baby. 3-2 Buffalo. I can smell it. You can feel it. I think Chatan's going to get a roll for Buffalo tonight. I think, who's going to get one of the other ones? I think Michael Pekka, that little Pekka, is going to get one tonight. See, and you notice I gave away one pair of tickets. I finally broke down, and you notice the diminishing response now. Several people dropped off because they've lost their respect for me because I didn't stand by my guns. I shouldn't have given the guy. I don't know what it is. Why did I give that guy the tickets? It just struck me during a moment of weakness. Tickets to see a Tarzan cartoon. I mean, what kind of a person in the first place calls up a radio show, waits, and believe me, the ones, if I actually had gone ahead and given those out, which number one, I'd lost 90% of the audience, but number two, you think people would hang on forever for those? Yes! You bet. What is that? That's from the movie? Oh, like I said, sounds pretty good to me. No. Sounds like crap. Let's have some movies for adults, for crying out loud, without Ron Jeremy. That's what I say.
Oh!
567-0560, pound 560 on the, with, what's his name, Rocco Sefferetti? What is that guy's name? The Italian guy, the porno star? Rocco, who used to be like, speak perfect English and had no accent at all, but now because he is Italian, all of a sudden he's the Italian stallion, whatever he is, the real Italian stallion. Not like that illiterate bastard Sly who's like, got about a 2-inch job. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Neil, how are you?
Great.
I'm calling from South Miami.
All right.
So I'll let you
Nothing's
know that
perfect.
we got a few stores here and we all listen to you every day.
Yes, sir.
And we think your show is enjoyable.
It is.
Great to
Well,
listen to.
that's enjoyable.
And it's nice to hear somebody that tells it like it is in Miami. I never hear anybody that tells it like it
Nah,
is.
we got nothing but a bunch of professional ass kissers in this town. I mean, it makes me sick. I mean, when people are kissing Eddie Pope's ass, then I know there's something rotten in the woodwork.
Well, we heard your show this morning and we liked it, so I'm passing the word around. Everybody listen to it, and I think you're going to get a lot of kicks out of it.
God bless you, sir, and have a great day.
You too.
And a great life.
Thanks.
Okay, and Zagazunt. Do they say Zagazunt in South Miami?
No.
Used to work at South Miami on Ludlam Road there, right off the old Dixie Highway. WNWS, which used to be a beauty salon. They made it into a radio station. And then, of course, the Mariel boat lift came, and it went to the neighborhood, and we all said, well, I don't think we're going to work here anymore. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. And we don't want to spread no rumors that Castro sent all those mental patients here during Mariel. He didn't do that, did he?
Yes!
Here's Sunrise. Hello.
Oh, God.
Yes, sir. Speaking.
Two things. First of all, that fax that you were reading from the Israeli.
Yeah.
Kol Shalom, the voice of peace,
I think, is a pirate station, and they still wouldn't run your show on their format. I think that's kind of funny.
I think the word farbissen comes to mind when I hear that kind of an attitude.
Funny, huh?
Yeah.
Second of all,
what's wrong with them? Are they like against freedom of speech? Is that
I have no idea, Neil. I'm just glad we have.
I think they're a little uptight. They don't want no rabble rousers over there. They got enough trouble of their own.
Okay, as far as the tickets, I don't want them. May I make a suggestion?
Yes.
I don't know how many pairs you have left.
I have several pair.
Okay,
tickets
why don't
too.
you do this? I have the phone number for women in distress here. Why don't you send them a couple pair?
Women in distress?
Sure, for some abused woman and her kids to have a little fun.
Abused women, and I want you to stop and think about this, okay? Here are people. Now listen to me.
I'm sorry.
Here are people taking their kids to go to see a movie, and now all of a sudden the movie's about to start, and a whole bunch of distressed women, all stressed out, tears running down their eyes, all going like that, coming with their little kids. I don't think so, sir. But your heart's in the right place. Can you believe that? Women in distress? Are we giving our tickets to women in distress?
No.
Absolutely not. Under any circumstances. We want to give these tickets to happy people. This is the happy show. We're not going to give stuff to handicapped people and distressed people and unhappy people and suicidal people and people days away from death. We don't want to do that. This is your Make Happy station. That's part of the whole deal now, right? Yeah, just put on some rose-colored glasses and look around and think everything is beautiful, like Ray Stevens says. That's our attitude here at QAM. Because we realize that there's a lot of horrible things going on out there, but
I don't give a shit anymore.
That's right. I mean, if you're going to adopt the attitude, you got to light one up, sit back, and just put your feet up on the desk. And then, of course, once the munchies start, oh, by the way, don't forget, if you guys want lunch, go ahead, because I'm going to Mommy's today, and I sure don't want to spoil my appetite for that good lunch. She does cook good. The conversation is always a little bit lacking, but the food is great. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Medical marijuana defense vindicated. This is from a few days ago. I'm sure you saw this. Speaking of the wicked weed. Speaking of that evil weed that's illegal. I said the other day, and I'll say it again. I think that the thing up there in Standish, Michigan, where the guy, he's going to be sentenced in about a week. But he stands to go to jail for 90 days and get a $100 fine for public cursing, which is the same first offense for marijuana possession. I think it's appropriate. I think it's perfect. The idea that for things as ludicrous as public cursing and smoking a little weed, that they have any penalty at all. So I think it's a great parallel there. It shows you the mentality of people that make laws like that. The fact that we live in a country where smoking marijuana, where we have to have all these things, and you have to show that you're doing it for medical purposes, of course, because you're in tremendous, and even people who are in tremendous pain and are dying over there, even they can't get it in a lot of states. How do you like that? However, the Florida Supreme Court said they decided not to hear a case involving a 61-year-old man who smokes marijuana to keep his glaucoma at bay, which means that sick people in Florida can continue to argue in court that their marijuana use is medically necessary. How do you like that? So you got to make up a good story. You got to put a patch over your eye or something like that. Or go in there drooling when you go to court, like that, drooling. And say, I got ahead of my pot, or else I'm going to be drooling all over the place and like some kind of a babbling idiot. Okay, here you go. In fact, here's some good addresses for it. They got a good deal this week right down there on 441, right near QAM. Right there in Little Jamaica. That's why we got the station here.
Yeah, man.
Because everybody in this building smokes up a storm, man. This is Weed Central USA right here at QAM and Power 96. And I bet you those crap kickers over there at KISS, I bet you they're smoking up a storm too, huh? That's what? Not what?
Not Sonny Fox.
Oh, not Sonny Fox. Oh, no. No, not Sonny Fox. I'm not going to start on Sonny Fox, okay? Because it brings back so many bad memories of that morning show, that Ron and Ron debacle over there at Paxson. And actually, he was okay on that show, He was okay. There was nothing wrong with him, even though I didn't want to see him every day, but he was all right. But he just wasn't what they were looking for. They wanted to bring in that other kid who used to make fun of his crippled kid all the time. The one who had Down syndrome, and he used to call his kid a crip on the air. That was very pleasant. Talking about insensitive to, oh, God, what a jackass that guy was. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's a mobile in Miramar. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Neil?
I'm doing great. How about you, sir?
Those tickets that you have, if I could get a pair, I'd like to get a pair if you would bend over and stuff them up your ass.
Uh-huh.
You want a pair of stinking cartoon tickets from you. You got people sucking up to you for some cartoon tickets.
Uh-huh.
That's amazing.
Uh-huh.
That shows your audience how mindless they are.
Well, you say my
How
audience,
mindless.
which is obvious you're part of them because you tell me what we're doing on the show. So
Oh,
thanks
yeah.
for listening to 560 WQAM. Thank you so much, sir. Another obnoxious New Yorker. ripping my audience. Yeah, he sounded a little bit like that guy that called on the worst team this morning. Yeah, you're listening 24 hours a day, and again, we thank you profusely from the bottom of our hearts, since you have no life whatsoever, of listening and there's a textbook example of what I'm talking about all the time. I'm just wounded to the quick. I may not be able to get through the day, sir, you know? I may not be able to last until next payday after hearing that. I'm just, emotionally spent from hearing those words coming from your ugly lips. Your audience, which you're a part of, don't you understand, sir? You are the audience. You're a part of the audience. You're in it. You're quoting to me. You're telling me exactly what's going on. You've been listening since 10 o'clock this morning, like you do every day, Monday through Friday, and probably play tapes like on the weekends. Because that's the only way you can probably get it up, just a little tiny bit, okay? Yeah, they're sucking up to you. I wouldn't suck. Well, guess what, sir? I heard what you had to say, and it sounds to me like you do suck. I suck, and I'm proud of it. How do you like that, asshole? 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's a lady mobile in Boca. Hello. Lady mobile in Boca.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, I have a shameless request for All You Can Eat Negro, and I was wondering about the tickets, if I could possibly get them.
No.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Love you.
Have a nice day. See, now, she was nice. I mean, I'll play that thing for her. No, I'm not going to play that. We just got through playing it the other day. It's too long. You know?
Are you sure?
Positive. It's too goddamn long. It's one of those things you play like about every 3 months. Even Phil would agree with that, wouldn't you?
Okay.
But she was still very... See, that's my kind of listener right there. She's not going to bitch me out because I'm not going to give her the tickets or play that bit. She's pleasant. In fact, trace the goddamn call. Let's find out where she is. She's pleasant. There's one. Just like my girlfriend Sylvia there at the Turnpike Toll Booth. She's pleasant. She's a sweetheart. Actually, a few nice people in this town. Let's hear it.
Oh!
Yeah. You have to get a search party. But there are a few of them out there, unlike that other bastard that just called preceding her. See, it's good that she called right there. Nice going, sweetheart. Thanks for the timing, okay? To bring us back to the real world, where maybe there might be a few pleasant people, and a few of them by accident might get dropped off here. As opposed to that same old tired, if you don't like it, pal, if you hate me like poison, great. Go take up a goddamn shuffleboard class. Go play Parcheesi, okay? Go squeeze your colostomy bag and see if it's running over yet. You jackass. You old fart. Thank you. I think I'm lighting up this cigar, you know. Maybe I can get a couple of days off that way. Huh? Yeah, I could go for like about a 4 or 5 day weekend. It's 11:56 at 560 WQAM.
There was an old farmer who lived on a rock.
Oh!
He sat in the meadow just shaking his fist at some boys who were down by the creek. Their feet in the water, their hands on their marbles and playthings, and at 4:30, there came a young lady. She looked like a pretty young creature. She sat on the grass. She pulled up her dress and she showed them her ruffles and laces and white fluffy duck. She said she was learning a new way to bring up her children so they would not spit, while the boys in the barnyard were shoveling refuse and litter from yesterday's hunt, while the girl in the meadow was rubbing her eyes at the fellow down by the dock. He looked like a man with a sizable home in the country with a big fence out front. If he asked her politely, she'd show him her little pet dog who was subject to fits, and maybe she'd let him grab hold of her small tender hands with a movement so quick, and then she'd bend over and suck on his candy so tasty made of butterscotch, and then he spread whipped cream all over her cookies that she had left out on her shelf. If you think this is dirty, you can go yourself.
Oh!
12:03 at 560 WQAM. We're back in a groove now. You know, Joe had that explosive thing yesterday. I can understand. He's getting ready to move on to other things. Speaking of ready to move on to other things, wait till you hear this. I guess you read this already from a Casino Stand about Henry Barrow, which somebody had called about, but it's much more interesting when you read it in print. Henry Barrow, a W...
Oh!
No, let me try it again. A WID news anchor for 29 years, and for 2 decades, color announcer for the Miami Dolphins. I didn't know he was colored. Now booms his baritone in the wine department at Gardner's Markets.
Oh!
Barrow, 63, retired from broadcasting in March after 41 years in the biz. New gig, wine sales consultant for the 4 Gardner stores. As a resident Now, here's a word I have never heard of or seen before. And obviously it's somebody who's a wine expert who's drank a lot of what he has over the years. Oenophile. Wineophile? Pedophile? As a resident wine guzzler, he guides patrons to the Blanc de Blancs, Burgundies, and Bordeaux. The pressure of having a newscast ready every half hour is something I don't miss, said Henry. And he also said, by the way, that morning show really sucked. Neil was right. Did he say that?
No!
Come on, yeah, he did. So I somehow feel responsible for that, but you know something, I take some credit for it. Because of the fact that we had that awful call from that, what was that bald-headed asshole's name that called that day about the ratings? Mark Benson. See, leave it to me. I know him like a book. Called, you better some really interesting things in the ratings. So we went and looked up the ratings, and, after Ranieri left, the whole audience was like, gone. And that next Monday, Henry was also gone. So what can I tell you? Here's a horrendous story. I know it's just another one of these isolated incidents. Christian brother convicted of 19 sex and physical abuse charges. St. John's, Newfoundland, or as Bob Cole would say, St. John's. A Christian brother who taught at the Mount Cashel Orphanage for 3 years has been convicted of 19 counts of sexual and physical abuse.
Oh!
Ronald Justin Lasik. Maybe he was on Lasix. Lasik had been charged with 24 counts of abuse, more than any other religious brother implicated in the Mount Cashel scandal. A Newfoundland Supreme Court jury found him guilty on Saturday of 6 counts of buggery. Oh, that's a great word. Don't you love that, buggery? That's a great word. Go bugger yourself. 2 of indecent assault, 5 of common assault, and 6 other counts of assault for offenses that occurred more than 40 years ago. But the jury cleared him of 3 indecent assault charges in which he was accused of fondling the genitals of 2 boys, and 2 common assault charges in which he was accused of kicking a boy in the ribs and hitting another in the legs with a stick. Lasik, 67, of Phoenix, Arizona, worked at the orphanage run by Christian Brothers, a Roman Catholic lay order.
There's no fact in the church.
Between 1954 and 1957, he is one of 7 men charged in the 1966 deal with 59 counts of assault for incidents involving 17, count them, 17 former residents, another 17 isolated incidents with more Catholic priests who just want to go in there and alter boys. Nice going there, Pops.
Oh!
567-0560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. We've got 45,000 pair of tickets for the Tarzan cartoon. Here's Miami. Hello. Miami. 15 minutes and 39 seconds and counting, and they're long gone. Thank you, and have a great day. 567-0560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. Here's Cooper City. Hello.
Hey, good morning, Neil.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Hey, I'm pulling for Buffalo, but Hasek, he's really ticking me off.
Why is that?
You can't go by the guy without him flopping down like that guy that fell out of the NCR roof there and killed him.
No, he did that in the Toronto series. He's not doing that so much now. He's not doing that here. The only thing he's doing here is he's like coming way out of the net and panicking because, he's, I don't know what that's all about. He better stay home. He better stay there in the net. Stay there in the blue, Dominic.
Yeah, he's going to get burned because, years ago you could go after the goal and give him a little check in the corner. Now it's like they're wearing dresses, for Christ's sake.
Right.
And another thing,
he's not going to get burned. He'll be just fine. Don't worry about him. He knows what he's doing. There's a method to his madness. I don't know what it is, but there's a method there somewhere.
Well, I agree with you. 3-2 for the Buffalo, and I think Pekka will score too. I think he's the best player on their team. Shatan
is great. I'm going to tell you, Shatan is, if there's such a thing as a beautiful hockey player, just watching the way he skates and the moves he makes and the shots he takes, he's great. Shatan is tremendous.
Yeah,
didn't I tell everybody all season long, there's one kid who was highly underrated. He makes only $850,000 a year, highly underpaid, a steal of a dealer in Buffalo, and scores 40 goals for the Sabres.
Oh, yeah, he's a great player, along with Sanderson. I like Sanderson.
Yeah, Sanderson's good, but like I said, if he would play hard every game, he'd be great, but he shows up whenever he feels like it.
Hey, he's fast, too.
Yes, he is.
Christ, he's fast. Hey, Neil, did you catch that on CBC about the game? I think it was for the good of the game where all the managers are talking about changing the rules and things of that thing.
Get rid of that in the crease rule. Get rid of it.
That's exactly what
Get rid of it.
Get the hell out of there.
I guess what they're going to do now, they're going to say they're still going to do it, with the replay, but then the referee is going to decide whether or not the guy in the crease had any impact on the goal, which is stupid. Just get rid of it, okay?
Just get it out of there.
If there's a man in the crease, if there's goalie interference, fine, and wave the goal off. But otherwise, cut the crap.
Hey, how do they get away with?
Yes.
How do they get away with talking? Did you hear some of the words coming out of their mouths there at that meeting?
No.
They said the sh word.
You mean on CBC?
Yep.
Oh, that's CBC. They can say whatever word they want. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
That's the Canadian effing way, man. They don't care.
I love it.
Right.
Hey, Neil, if you want to give me them tickets, I'll give them to some underprivileged kids.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll go find them first, then we'll give them to you, and then you can give them to them. Isn't that kind of a roundabout way to do it? 567. Let's find some underprivileged kids and give them some tickets for the movie. How do you like that? Should we do that?
No.
No, forget it. The hell with the underprivileged kids, all right? 567-0560. I mean, if God wanted those people to have money, they'd have money, right? Yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it. That's the way a lot of insensitive people look at things. You know, all these God people. If God, who was it that said if God would have wanted us to win the game? Who was the idiot that said that last week in some stupid goddamn game? Who said that? I forget what game that was. I forget even what sport that was. If God would have wanted me to win. Oh, no, it was Chris Antley after the horse broke down, charismatic. If the Lord would have wanted us to win today. Well, what kind of idiots say things like that besides former drug addicts? Huh? What kind of people say those things? In fact, that's going to be our poll question tomorrow. Which is worse? She took a bullet for Christ, or if God would have wanted me to win the race, we would have won today. I guess God must have wanted a horse to suffer a lot, huh? Have to break down there right at just before the finish line. Nice going, God, you asshole. Man, I guess God hates animals, huh? Is that the way it is? Well, there you go. Although charismatic now, he's going to go out. See, there's a magic way in everything he does. Now he's going to go to stud. Instead of having that saddle on, having to schlep around with all that weight on, now he's going to go and, yeah, there you go. A little bit of this.
Squirt.
A little bit of that.
Squirt.
With a big smile on his puss. Boy, our horse is dumb. Oh, God, I can't begin to tell you how dumb horses are. The only animal, I think, in the world that you can train to pee. I've told you that before. It's true. When I had my racehorses in Detroit, I'm standing there in the barn and the trainers go like that. They whistle and a horse pees on command. Of course, I'll do that too if there's like ice in the urinal. 10 minutes after noon and it's fresh. 10 minutes past noon at 5. Now let me find this out before we go to Shula's. We better find out if there's ice in the urinal, because if there's no ice in the urinal, am I going?
No.
No way.
Neil, God.
Look at all the stupid people.
President Clinton, slick with the tricks and as sly as a rapist can be. Definitely lied to the country, lied to the Congress, the Senate, his wife and his kids. You know that he did. All the stupid people, why do they trust that bum? Gullible, dumb people. The truth is almost gone. President Clinton stays at the helm because fools close their eyes to his crimes. Every time public opinion says we approve of his history of blatant deceit. How can that be? All the stupid people, why do they trust that bum? Gullible, dumb people, the truth is almost gone.
12:16 to 5:60 WQAM. So did we tell you about Jeff Cohen and that 21-year-old chick that he got on a plane and went to Chicago with? Did we tell you about that yesterday? We better tell you again. Boy, you know, it's not just, it's like a little extra bonus when he comes in here with the free food. We get to hear all these sizzling stories. Anyway, speaking of that, a onophile. Thank you, David and Boca, by the way. Am I pronouncing that right? I get real nervous about mispronouncing words. An onophile is a person who loves wines, just like a pedophile is a person who loves children. Comes from the Greek word oinos.
Oi!
Meaning wine. And it says, thank God for the internet and real audio, because I can't get AM radio otherwise in the office. I mean, see, that's one of the great things about being on in AM. And that's why most of our calls are on mobiles, by the way, because nobody inside of a building anywhere can hear this goddamn radio station. Okay, thank you there, David. So it means, comes from the Greek word oinos, meaning wine. And be sure and try the wine. Nice going there, Henry. He's doing it.
Oh!
Nice scam. Just like that Cigar Dave, that asshole. Boy, he really is too, you know. 567-0560. In fact, we were talking to our good friends down there at Nick's last year when we went down there the first time. Talking about Dave Zeplowitz or whatever his name is, Cigar Dave. And Nick said, well, yeah, I know him.
He's an asshole.
Yeah. And then Mike said, oh, yeah.
He's an asshole.
And then old Nick yelled out from the other room.
He's an asshole.
Yeah. They really got fired up and pissed off about about Cigar Dave. 567-0560, pound 5. Oh, and by the way, before we continue, so getting back to our 8,000 best actresses and best actors, I was thinking about this last night. How can you do this? It's an impossible list. I mean, you can have your favorite actors and favorite actresses, like maybe 5. 5 or 6 or, But to say that one is better than the other, that Humphrey Bogart is the best actor who ever lived, oh, my God. And, of course, the thing again was their debut had to occur before 1951 or whose debut occurred after 1950, but who produced a significant body of work before their death. So, in other words, if they were debuted before 51 and they're still alive, that's still okay. But if they started after 50, they got to be dead. You got that so far?
Uh-huh.
Peter Finch, by the way, is dead. Somebody must have forgotten to tell them. Because Peter Finch, I know, is no John Wayne, thank God. Who are somebody, or Gene Kelly? Gene Kelly was an actor?
No.
Gene Kelly was one of those silly dancing people like Fred Astaire and Donald O'Connor. He wasn't an actor. Gene Kelly was a great actor. That's an insult. James Dean. You know how many movies James Dean made, by the way, don't you? 3. 3 movies that fag made. Queen made. James Dean, the Queen, made 3 movies and then he died. That car crash. So how could James Dean possibly be one of the greatest? Another hype job, okay? Another one of those big hype jobs. 3 movies. He made Rebel Without a Cause, Giant with that fat Liz Taylor, and what was the other one? Those are 2 of them. Somebody will know. Not that it makes any difference. He only made 3 freaking movies. And he smelled real bad, too, by the way. That's what his boyfriends said. He stunk. Robert Mitchum, he was good. There's some good people on this list, don't get me wrong. But Katharine Hepburn is the best actress. I blurted out Bette Davis yesterday only because she's the number 2 on there, and she's better than Katharine Hepburn. I couldn't tell you the best actress of all time. It's a silly poll, but like I said, it kills a lot of great time, and we're really bored in this country, so let's argue about this fanatically. How about Elvis? There you go. If he's the most important person of the 20th century, he must also have been the best actor, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he was great. All those great Hawaiian movies. Here's Davey. Hello.
Belfour is definitely in the bag for tonight.
Yeah.
To watch those Panther see who finds the penalty box first. And you sound awfully damn good on siteband.com. I couldn't believe this. You can listen to it down on a radio.
Yeah.
It's got you live on the radio.
Yeah.
At this website, siteband.com. That's how I found you.
Right.
That's the. Do you really believe that this is going to go 7 games?
All I know is the longer it goes, the better that is for Buffalo, because I'll tell you, this Dallas team is old, baby. Guy Carbonneau and Brian Scrudelin and that Benoit Hogue, that frog was coming back tonight, and Mike Keane and all these other old, ancient guys they got on that team. Old, man.
That's what they did. They had downloaded Wooly at siteband.com before the game, so you can hear them pirate it before the game, these pirate MP3 downloads.
Yeah.
And it talks to them right before they go to the game.
Oh, really?
And they've picked Melrose even admitted at siteband.com he's been going there to get his picks. They've picked every game. I go there, I turn it on about 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
I wait for it at the sports section to be downloaded.
Yeah.
And they have like a little file there. You listen to the players.
Well, what have I got to do with that? How come I'm on there? I don't understand.
Through a radio.
Oh, I see. It's like real
you go to
audio.
music, and then I think it's Spinner or one of the radio sites, and it listens to QAM.
Yeah,
Listen to QAM on the internet.
Great. Thank God. Well, I know I'm on the internet, but I didn't realize it was on that site.
Yeah.
We're all over the place. Thank God for that. Thanks for the good news.
Hey, I want a chance for my kids for the tickets.
And go Sabres and go Rick Jenneret. Oh, is he gone? Jeez, I was going to give him some tickets. He's gone?
Uh-huh.
Oh, damn it. Well, of course, I'm the one that hung up on him, but how could he be gone already? 567-0560. He was a good call, too. He was very enthusiastic. He actually knew a little bit of hockey, and a good guy, and I hung up on him. Well, it's just a reflex. I figure when a call is done, I put my finger on that off button, and he's gone, and he was done. He didn't know it yet, but he knows it now. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Mobile One line. Come on, best actor and best actress of all time, huh? I'm looking on this list for somebody that really stands out, and William Holden is down there on the bottom, right under Edward G. Robinson. Edward G. Robinson was a good character actor. He was always like a gangster, but he was always the same, Every movie he was in, he played the same character. Tough gangster with a cigar and a gun in his, the same thing. He was, what he was. He was okay. Certainly not one of the top 25 actors of all time, any more than James Dean, who only made 3 movies, or Gene Kelly, who danced in the rain too goddamn much.
East of Eden was...
East of Eden, thank you so much. The Turd. That was the Turd movie by James Dean, along with Rebel Without a Cause and Giant. It's gigantic. That's what that fag hag Liz Taylor said. And there's another person, by the way. I don't want to hear about her. That's a good contest. Will Smith or Liz Taylor. Which one can you handle? Not one more word. And Ricky Martin. He wins hands down. Hands down his pantaloons. He wins. I'd rather sit home and watch a Will Smith, Liz Taylor film festival all day than hear Ricky Martin's name mentioned one more time. Or listen to those off-key songs that he's singing, that he's sneering. Women love me, oh my God. Oh, God. Who are you kidding, Hoochie Coochie? The women of the world, and especially of the U.S. of A., were his biggest successes, by the way, in this country. And you guys out there, you're lucky as hell, because most of the women in this country, their taste is deep inside their
rectum.
I mean, maybe that's what all those straight guys are probing for, you know? Maybe that's what they're looking for in there. Because there's sure a lot of search parties out there. Ricky Martin, come on. I mean, I will grant you we don't look bad as long as he's not moving. As soon as he starts moving and one, you know, he don't have it like a toenail on the ground, then you start like sniggering a little bit. And don't say sniggering because they get nervous about that. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Neil, how's it going?
Pretty good, sir.
I was just calling about those tickets.
What do you mean by that?
You still giving them away?
No. Oh, look at this. Here's one of the great Americans. I can't believe this. I was thinking about this man yesterday as I was watching the prices of all my stocks fall while all the other stocks were going up. Ted David.
Hey, how are you?
Are you back here?
No, in fact, I'm sitting at my desk shoving a pizza down here listening to you on the Internet.
I have to ask you a question, seriously. I know I asked you this the last time you called, and it's probably boring to you, but I'm a big fan of your network because I want to see all my stocks keep dropping, and they're doing a good job of that. But what time do these people ever sleep? I mean, these guys, now you're one of those guys, you're there in the afternoon. Obviously, you must have some clout because you're not working 20 hours a day. But like Joe Kernan and Maria Bartiromo, for example, and the David, what's his name, poor little David, they're under like now 7:20 in the morning. I see them when I get up, and I come home in the afternoon. They're there at 4, they're there at 5, they're there at 6. What kind of a deal is that?
They've given up their apartments.
They've given up their lives, I think.
They do work hard.
That's amazing. I'll tell you, you got really marginal stocks when the market goes up 200 points and the NASDAQ goes up, what was it, like 90 yesterday?
Yeah.
And everything you got
basically...
basically...
102 was the biggest one-day point gain ever.
And basically what I got still went down. How do you like that?
You're buying the wrong stocks.
Yeah, well, now you're telling me that.
I just got to tell you, I was down there in May, and I had to go down and close my mother's condo, and unfortunately it was a weekend, and I missed you. Oi! There you go.
Yeah.
You weren't there, and I didn't know what to do with myself.
And well, if you would have told me, I'd have come in on the weekend just for you.
I bet you would have.
When I tell people that Ted David from CNBC calls this show, they think I must be loaded with hot stock tips or something.
Not only that, I got some pleasant email from some listeners who are also viewers.
Really?
Yeah. In fact, you know what? I interviewed the CEO of Real Networks not long ago, and I thanked him for his product, and I specifically said on the air, I want to thank you because it allows me to listen to Neil Rogers down in Miami.
Yeah, I heard about
what I was talking about.
I had 50,000 calls like that to tell me, Ted David just gave you a good plug on the air. I said, no, that's great. How about a stock tip would be better, but
Hey, I need some tips for myself first.
Now, come on, you guys that work on CNBC, you guys must be getting something. Those guys aren't getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning and working 12-hour broadcast days just for the hell of it,
I hate to disillusion you, but honest to God, we are really a bunch of honest people.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
which means you don't know any more than we do.
Well, I can tell you, honestly, the only one and only stock tip I ever got was before I worked here, and I lost money on it. I'm a human contrary indicator. If I buy it, it goes down. If I sell it, it goes up.
Maybe that's why we gravitate toward each other, Ted, because we're both, whatever we buy, it goes right in the old crapper, right? Well, it's great hearing from you.
If it weren't for this Internet, I'd go nuts. I would not get my daily dose of Neil, so thank you.
I feel greatly honored.
And I'm honored that I get on so easily. So I'll talk to you next time.
We put you right to the front of the line.
Talk to you next time I'm down there.
Okay,
on the
Zagazoon.
Star Line.
And say hi to Mom.
Thanks, take care.
Okay, take care. Bye. Ted David from CNBC.
Oh!
There you go. You see? What did I tell you? You sift through 50,000 calls, and you get somebody that's a real mensch on there, a celebrity. Still won't give me any stock tips. 26 past noon at 560 WQAM. Lorenz?
Holy cow, Aaron's coming.
Hello and welcome to Redneck Theater, a collection of fine literary works as performed by that societal element most likely to consume large quantities of ethanol-containing liquids at their sister's wedding, which incidentally happens to be their wedding as well. Today's presentation is the tragic tale that is Richard III.
Now is the winter our Dixon time. Made glorious summer by the sun of York, and all the clouds that observed upon our house in the deep bosom of the ocean bears.
Ah, simply marvelous. Join us next time for another nauseating edition of Redneck Theater.
Okay, we will. 12:32 at 560. By the way, for that obnoxious loud New Yorker that I know you're still listening right now that called before and has called us several times over the years because he never misses a minute of the show. Has anybody from CNBC called you today?
No.
Huh? You jackass? I don't want to start being a name dropper because we already got some of those people in the station. I don't want to start doing that. But, now he's a good guy, Ted David, okay? You know what I'm saying?
Boy!
Good Jewish boy. Only guy with 2 first names that I know you can trust. Here's Pembroke Pines. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I just want to call you and thank you. I went down and Nick's took the tour.
Another guy. All right.
Got myself a bundle and a couple of the Doma Reserve. The Perfectos are
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
absolutely excellent.
they are.
Normally I don't even get a chance to call you. I'm on the road all
Next
day.
time, check out these Cuban bullets.
Those are theirs?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got one in my hand right now. I wish I could light it, but they're great.
Yeah, well, that sounds good. Yeah, I was very surprised because I'm down there and I met with one
Nick?
of the owners.
Mike?
Yeah, well, I think it was Nick.
There's Nick Senior, which is the old man, the father. There's Nick Junior, who's kind of a pudgy, great guy.
Yeah, that was him, the
Right.
junior. The
Yeah,
son.
he's great.
And he gave me the tour, and I don't know, I just thought it was great and wanted to express my gratitude.
Outstanding. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
See ya. There you go. We got a lot of happy campers from Nick's today. Oh, yeah. How is Neil going to make it with those little cigar stops on there? That's what that butt plug from Mile 100 was saying, huh? That footy. Well, I'll tell you what you can do with your foot, footy. Yeah. How are we going to do it with those little mom and pop cigars? Oh, brother. You know, if you know anything about the business, okay, you'd understand how much we're getting for spots on this show. You know how much money the station is making on this show, raking in the big bucks. And that's the only question. There's no question that this station is making money hand over limp wrist. That's not a doubt. The only question is, where the hell's it going besides in John Henry's pocket and Wayne Hypinga's pocket and, of course, the Beasleys, if they have any pockets in those old rumpled suits they wear. I don't think they dare put money in their pockets because it'd probably fall out on the ground. 567-0560, pound 560 on the mobile. And, of course, a lot of people out there think that I'm joking about the Beasleys. Oh, boy. To see them is to know them. Trust me when I tell you. They have that just hopped out of that dumpster look. Here's the Homestead. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
I was flipping through Homestead. I was flipping through the channels last night and saw this award show, and I saw this huge chin on the screen. It happened to be Jay Leno.
Yeah.
Giving away some award to John Travolta for global or some crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he walks up on the stage with his little goatee and stuff and straddles Jay Leno. I'm thinking to myself,
straddled him?
Straddled him.
Yeah.
Trying to pull Howard Stern in there.
Uh-huh.
It was the Blockbuster Movie Awards.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah, that explains it.
This guy's getting fatter and fatter every year, that damn Scientologist.
Yeah.
With the little clay tables.
Probably putting too much mayonnaise on those fries. That'll do it. Have a great day, pal.
All right,
thanks for the good news. Okay, there you go. John Travolta straddling Jay Leno.
Oh!
Spread the reports. Probably Jose Lambert will put on his insider there, along with all the other crap. By the way, congratulations, Jose. A whole column in the Sun Sentinel this morning didn't mention Ricky Martin once.
Oh!
All right. And that sexual enigma that surrounds Ricky Martin, like there's some big mystery about his sexual orientation. Yeah, there's a mystery if you're deaf, dumb, and blind. That's right, Jose. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Mobile One line. I mean, if Ricky Martin's going to make $50 billion from all, if there are a lot of people with bad taste, more power to him, okay? It's the free enterprise system. It's the American effing way. But I don't want to hear about it. Here's North Miami. Hello.
Yeah, how you doing, Neil?
Great.
You know, you're talking about old movie stars. Well, the old movie stars that I really like is Cagney, Raft, Garfield, Tracy, and Muni.
Yeah.
Well.
Well, we're talking like from this century, though.
Pardon?
I said, good list, thank you. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Mobile One line. Doesn't he sound a little bit like the guy who said that the nervous guy? Huh? Like...
Let me see, I'm a little nervous. I never called on radio before, but nevertheless.
Yeah, I love the way he snorts in it. Yeah, that's my favorite. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Mobile One line. Haven't heard from the nervous caller in a long time. I wonder why.
Stupid, idiotic.
Anyway, 567-0560, pound 560 on the Mobile One lines. We keep prodding and plugging along here. Before we know it, it'll be 1 o'clock. Before we know it, it'll be 2 o'clock. The Humper will be in the building. He'll be on the air. That theme song will end. The show might start. Well, they only got like 16, 17 people here today to work on Hank's show, so, you know, it's a little rough around the edges. It might not be as good as usual. Then we got Josh Darrow. Probably will have to leave Hank's show early today so we can work on a big 6 to 8 show tonight. Clarence will be on there 6 to 8 talking some heavy-duty stuff. And I'm sure hockey intensive. Will it be hockey intensive?
No.
Because he's doing for the prelude there, the lead-in to the NHL game number 5, Stanley Cup Championship, Buffalo at Dallas. So you'd think that Josh should be really right up on that hockey, is he?
No.
I don't know. I don't even know if he does know anything about hockey. If he does, he'd be sure a rarity in this building. Here's Sunrise. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
God.
Speaking.
Hey, pound for pound, our world's greatest actor, Marlon Brando.
Yeah. Yeah, if you go by the pound, I would agree with that. He's no Don DeLuise, but... Hey, how come they left off Don DeLuise in all those great Burt Reynolds movies?
You know, you haven't been carting up Fatso in a long time either.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I kind of missed the Honey, Junior.
Do you?
Yeah.
Get the Honey, Junior.
Yeah, boy. Hey, I'm cruising through Sunrise. I haven't been to this area in a long time.
Yeah.
I want to ask you 2 questions.
Uh-huh.
Strip malls that are empty, completely empty and bare. Why? There's nobody up here buying or shopping, or did they just put the mall off the road?
Where was this?
Sunrise.
Sunrise where?
Oh, right now I'm at McNabb.
Yeah.
And it's like...
And you have to ask
that.
Town. You have to ask that question?
Oh, my God.
We just have 50,000 too many strip shopping malls and about 25 too many big shopping malls. Other than that, there's no other reason.
And you can't see a sign for a storefront anywhere in sight. They're
right.
a quarter of a mile back off the road.
Plus, you got to understand, the deeper you go into the heart of Sunrise, the more dead people you'll find. I mean, most of those people are over the age of 100. You can smell the overflowing bags.
Between them and the Jackie Mason wannabes on every corner.
Yeah. Okay, pal. I'd get out of there as soon as possible. 567. We got 600 open lines here right at the moment. If I can get in, get some of those great tickets for Tarzan the cartoon. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Mobile One line. Where'd you get that from today, by the way? Where are you eating those great sub sandwiches from? Is that from Tony's by any chance? From Chuck's? It is from Chuck?
Center.
Oh, it's from the Sub Center, our good buddy Chuck. I don't want to leave him out. That didn't look like Chuck, by the way. Chuck sent somebody over here. Well, Chuck's probably busy. We hope he's busy over there, number one. And,
That was DJ Holiday bringing it up. So they can't get upstairs, remember?
Oh, that's right. They can't. Oh, I forgot about that. Most of the people can't get upstairs here. This is a great deal we got going because we're up here on the 3rd floor now. It's, we used to be on the 2nd floor. Everybody else was on the 3rd floor. They moved us up to the 3rd floor. All of a sudden, everybody else moved down to the 2nd floor. You think they're trying to tell us something?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I was thinking that this morning. I saw one of those construction trucks outside with a bunch of crap, and I'm thinking, this is so typical of Beasley and Reed, man. The longest construction project in the history of mankind. No one anywhere. Even John Holmes never saw a longer erection than what's going on here. God. And you notice, like out in the front where the desk used to be out there, the receptionist, there's just nothing. There's nothing going on out there. There's nothing being built there. There's nothing. So I haven't got any idea what the construction workers are doing, or who they're doing. Maybe each other, I don't know, but there sure ain't nothing going on in this place. And it just goes on. Hey, that's the way it's going, baby, because we got to give John Henry and Wayne all the money. 20 before 1 at 560 WQAM if you want. Oh, guess what? That was the end of that break.
Father O'Toole, God.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could offer only one tip for the future, act strange and people will leave you alone. The rest of my advice has no basis more reliable than my own meandering experience. Put a slinky around your neck and try to walk downstairs backwards head first. Sit naked in a large bowl of Rice Krispies and sing Feelings while the kernels go snap, crackle, and pop. Go up to a ticket booth and try to stick your head through the hole where they say how much. Lick a stranger. Tell them you're from Bosnia and your country. It's a sign of respect. Take lots of pills. One of them might work. Occasionally ask a stranger if they've heard anything from Lewis. Be annoying. During an IRS audit, staple the guy's hand to his desk. Moon a funeral. Play Go Fetch with a seeing-eye dog while he's working. Run naked through a mall yelling, "Killer bees! Killer bees!" Say the word titty without smiling. Try to figure out who said Pauly Shore should star in movies. Don't be surprised if it's the same guy who said John Gacy should work with kids. Ask an old lady if you can carry her groceries, then try to make a run for it. Disappear for great lengths of time. Try to touch your forehead with your tongue. It may not work, but many women will appreciate the effort. At a high school reunion, tell your old English teacher that your dog's still eating your homework. Ask Mark McGuire if he'll take $1 million for one of his balls. Try to find the secret to Carrot Top's success. Understand your conception was an accident, that your parents got wasted and wanted a few more laughs before they passed out. Try not to lose your finger in your nose. Take up Bob Costas and toss him on the lawn next door.
All right.
Go on a car trip with Bob Costas and force him to stay in his car seat. Try to dribble Bob Costas. Ask all your friends and family for forgiveness. Knowing you've done some crap that's really pissed them off. Wish no ill will to anyone, unless you don't like them. Then screw them, they're on their own. Realize anyone who says they're completely happy are completely full of crap. Ask a Hell's Angel if he's a woman, or has he always walked like that? Understand that there are bad people in the world, and you may just be one of them. Sniff an old lady. Imagine Gomer Pyle in a gay bar trying to get lucky. Do this without laughing. Find what's left of your innocence. Understand it, embrace it, protect it, and every so often, take it out for a nice nosh. Care enough not to care. Hum while you eat. Act strange, and people will leave you alone.
All right.
Okay, 1248, good words to live by. 1248 at 560 WQM, the award-winning Neil Rogers Show. We win awards from, we had winning awards?
No.
Center 1, we got awards. Camilla's House?
No.
Yeah, we did. Let's put them up on the wall here and try to impress everybody. Then we can have like our own Graceland. Then maybe some of the lifeless assholes out there that are schlepping up to Graceland, they'll come by here. Oh, look up on the wall, all the awards Neil got. And we can go out in the parking lot and take a look inside his Corvette. There you go. Through the window, anyway. Here's a mobile in Boca. Hello.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I haven't talked to you in a while. What happened to your maple laughs, huh?
Meaning what?
Hey,
seems to me they made it. Oh, this must be that asshole Mitch again, huh? They made it all the way to the Final Four. Sounds good to me, baby.
Oh!
Not too many other teams made it to the Final Four. Last time I checked, only 3 others. A team that nobody picked to make the playoffs, you jackass. Haven't talked to you in a while. No wonder I've been in such a good mood, you idiot. Go make Brian Murray a sandwich, okay, and get out of our face. See what I'm saying? They're all out there. Every single one of them is out there. All the naysayers, all the bullcrap artists, all the no-lives, the low-lives, they're all out there. And then we finally get a classy guy like Ted David calling the show just to add a little respectability to it. Thank God for him. And he still ain't giving me no tips. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes?
How you doing?
Great.
Listen, a couple things.
I was doing great till we got that call from that insipid piece of turd, that walking piece of dreck, Mitch from Boca. But anyway.
He's an asshole.
Yes, she is.
Alrighty, listen, Godfather question. But
how about that Stu Barnes, by the way? Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, they're doing. Hey,
and Jason Woolley.
Hey, he was worth it, Chris Wells. Francis, my uncle wants to know if you know Francis O'Hare.
Come on, you just made that up.
No.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You made it up because you heard me talk about Francis.
No. He wants to know. He actually wants to know if he's still alive. He used to watch
if he's not still alive, Jesus, when I left Michigan in 1971, Francis O'Hare, for the benefit of the audience, as you'd probably guess, he wasn't a hockey player. He was a harness race driver, and a damn good one too. You know something?
Oh!
Did your uncle really know him?
He asked me to, because he knows that you were into horse racing.
That man, I want to tell you.
He was dropping a name.
That old man was such a great driver at Detroit, and I got to know him a little bit, too. He had, I made so much money betting on Francis O'Hare. This guy was tremendous. He didn't have a lot of horses, but when he drove, you knew he was going to win. He was great.
So that'll be a definite yes, then.
What? Yes, I knew him, but he's not still alive.
He's not alive. Okay.
He was like 72 or 3. The last time I saw him driving a race, and if that's 26, he's dead.
Oh, jeez.
He's dead.
He's a sunriser.
He's driving horses up there in the sky.
That's right. All right, a Godfather question, and just this is going to all culminate in a request for tickets for Tarzan.
Well, you know something? You're going to get him anyway because you mentioned Francis O'Hare.
Oh,
my favorite harness racing driver of all time, Francis O'Hare.
All righty then. Now I know what to do every time you're giving something away.
That's right. You'll have to come up with another name next time.
All right.
Try Brad Kramer or Ray McClain Jr. next time.
McElmurray.
Wally McElmurray, yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Marsh Jr. Hey, let's go till 2 o'clock doing this, okay? That'll blow the audience off. How about Jim McGarty?
He told me that there were twins. Bader.
Who?
Baders. The Baders.
Master Bader, yeah.
No, these twins.
The hockey players you're talking about?
No, racers.
Twin racers?
Terry.
Harry Reams, yeah. Anyway, you're going to lose the ticket.
No, I'm not. Okay.
Darth Vader.
Well, should I just stop now then and get the tickets?
Hold on.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, taking care of our fine friend there at line 7 with Francis O'Hare.
Oh!
Boy, that old guy could drive a horse, man. He had like a clock in his head. He was great. All these young punks that think they know something, boy, if he was around today, if he would have been a young guy, he'd be a multimillionaire. Oh, he must have been doing okay because he used to drive a big green Cadillac, brand new one. Nice going, Frankie. I mean, not that anybody cares, but one time I'm at Jackson Raceway. I mean, I'm not going to start like some other people on the station do, like Eddie K, with the gambling stories, but I'm at Jackson Raceway in Jackson, Michigan, a little crappy harness track. And the 8-horse was a horse named Millie R., which my mother's name is Millie, so obviously, and it was a good horse, and Francis O'Hare used to drive that horse. Well, his son Dan O'Hare, who couldn't drive his finger up his nose, one of the worst, he's driving a horse that night. And the horse is like 4-1, 5-1. All of a sudden, something must have happened, and he must have got a bad bowl of grits or something, and there's an announcement, ladies and gentlemen, driver change, number 8 will be driven by Francis O'Hare, and everybody is running to the window. I go flying to the window. The horse goes off, to make a long story short, even money, and wins by open lengths. Anybody care about that story?
No.
But I did. It was a significant moment in my life. Back in the days when I used to cash a lot of tickets at the track in Michigan. So I gave away another pair of tickets, George, because the guy mentioned Francis O'Hare. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Mobile One line. Here's a mobile in Coral Springs. Hello?
Neil.
Yes, sir.
I got a spy report on our favorite banker, Matt.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's going to be back in the banking business pretty soon.
Pretty soon?
He's working out a deal to start his own bank up in Broward, and he'll be CEO.
Well, what do you mean his own bank?
His own bank. He's starting his own bank. He's working out with the feds now to develop his own bank.
How can he do that?
Well, it gets enough investors together, and he can get enough capitalization to start a bank.
Well, where's it going to be?
It's going to be in our community. I'm not sure where yet. It'll be opening this fall.
Really?
That's what he's looking for.
Excellent. Okay, I'm waiting for you, Matt.
Okay, babe.
Okay, thanks. I'm waiting for you, Matt. Matt Korshoff, great guy.
Oh!
Never stole a freight train. Always took great care of me, I'll tell you that. That was a real unsettling thing when I got that call on my answering machine that he was leaving my bank because I kind of felt like, left in the wilderness.
Yeah,
like that. And, of course, it's only your money, so why should you worry about something that insignificant, right? Well, that's very interesting. I'm glad that guy told me that because now I may just kind of like sit around and wait to see what happens. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Mobile One line if you want some of those tickets. Huh? Maybe that guy that went to school with Brad Kramer, maybe he'll call in. Maybe he'll get some tickets to the movie. Huh? Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about harness racing now. That'll be the end of this show. See, that's the thing about this town. They don't know anything about anything. Things that are like everybody and their brother knows any place else in this country, in North America. Do they know anything about it here?
No.
They don't even know what the hell it is. Oh, you mean those buggy horses? Is that it? Yeah, buggy horses. What does that say? Jackson Harness Race. Here's a mobile in Palm Beach. Hello?
Hey,
Yes, sir.
I work at Jackson Harness Track.
All
I was
right.
going to college there at Jackson Junior College. I was on the basketball team.
What year was that?
So 63 and 64.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. Remember the Cascades in Jackson?
Wasn't Leon Slavin was the president of the track then, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And I was just a young guy in college. I was like 19, 18 years old. And I would take the tickets, and the guy said, you got a hot number tonight. I said, yeah. He said, pick 4 in the 6th race. I didn't mean nothing. If it won, the guy would come back and give me a $10 bill.
Really?
I was just putting numbers out just to be putting them out. Had a great time over there, though.
It was great.
Oh, the
In
small
fact,
little
in
track.
that track, I remember you could put $100 to win on a horse and change the odds from 7 to 1 to like 3 to 5. You could watch it all night. Oh, it was great. In fact, a lot of times you could watch the warm-ups and the horses that could still stand up. Those are the ones you knew were going to win. It was dynamite.
That was a big attraction there, though.
It sure was.
They had nothing else going on.
That and Jackson State Prison, those were the two big deals.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think some of those drivers wound up there.
Oh, I used to go because I was on the basketball team there, so we'd go play the prisoners over there.
Right.
And again, being young and naive back in the 60s, so after you get them playing these guys, which they were all dirty players and everything else, right? Then they say, okay, you guys want to go shower, go shower. Well, we're thinking you got like little shower stalls, right?
Yeah.
So you have one wall that has about 45 nozzles that you just all stand there.
Yeah, kind of like the dolphins, right.
You got all the prisoners looking at all these young guys while they're trying to shower.
Yeah.
So I said, no, it's okay. I'll shower when I get back to the bed.
Good thinking, man. Take it from somebody who knows. Stay out of the bathhouses, man.
But when you mentioned Jackson Racetrack, I had to call you there. I used to work there.
Outstanding. Good hearing from you.
Okay, buddy.
Take care.
Bye.
All right, there you go.
Oh!
Jackson, Rex Putnam. Now we're talking. Dwayne Dilworth, Clarence Ayotte, Gerald Banfield, all those going, man. Tommy Harmer. 567-0560, pound 560 on a mobile one line. That's what I'm going to do tomorrow, by the way, for a couple hours. I'm just going to flip off a bunch of harness racing names. Get us down to a zero. Huh? And then Monday what I'll do is hockey players all for 4 hours. Just name old hockey players. There you go. There's Bobby Baughan on a broken ankle. Look at that. He stuck it right in there. Nice going. Anyway, you got to learn new things. You people that are sitting out there with your finger in your nose, pulling the lint hair out. 3 minutes before 1 at QAM.
Oh, boy. It's the 1 to 2 hour.
Oh.
When the bombs explode over every U.S. town, right the sun fills tombstones.
Yeah, man.
Then it was red as a monkey's ass, and his brain was in his bones. Clinton thought it was a game, selling secrets to get fame.
We are all the Bill Clinton.
Well, you're talking about China dough. Whoa, whoa, China dough. His campaign was funded by the commies and trade for the plans to make some nukes. The traders sold the stock, never thought it was wrong. He's made a career of screwing on sides. And now we're not safe from the red Army states. Clinton don't seem to care. Hail to the coward in chief.
Oh, what? Oh, no.
Talking about your China dough. Whoa, China dough.
104 and 560 WQAM. So anyway, our vote for the best actor and actress of the century is not getting no calls on that. Good. That's good. We'll save that for tomorrow. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. The Hank Goldberg Show at 2. Josh Darrow, 6 o'clock. He's a sleeper, baby. 6 to 8. He's a sleeper. You listen for a few minutes, you'll be sleeping. Now he's going to be fine. Here's Miami. Hello. Miami, thank you. Very nice talking to you, and have a great day. And I was just about to give them the tickets, too. How do you like that? Here's Hollywood. Hello. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. As we get the hits, just keep on coming, baby. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, with the S in front of it. Let's try Plantation. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can I hear that ass line?
Ass line? What is it?
Yeah, that Stick It in My Ass song.
Stick It in My Ass song?
Yeah.
What the hell song is that?
I don't know. You guys play it all the time.
Stick it up your ass.
How does it go?
I don't know. It's got some woman saying, no, stick it in my ass and this and that.
Okay, we'll look for it. Okay. Anybody know Stick It in Your Ass?
Uh-huh.
Okay. 567-0560, pound 560. What is it?
He's talking about ERECTION.
Oh! Oh, you mean...
ERECTION. It's erection time. I'm gonna kick off my shoes, strip off my dress.
Oh!
It makes me wet when I see you get
All right.
a big erection. That's too big for my mouth.
Yes.
I want it mercenary and on top of you. And take it up my lubricated poop suit. Give me an erection and nail me to the wall. E-R-E-C-T-I-O-N. I want to drain your balls. I want to love and volley on you and to shoot your Uzi. And then I'll give it a blow. In the morning it gets as big as this. At least until you take a piss. I want to wrap my lips around your pulsing tube and make your Wonder Worm explode with glue.
Squirt, squirt.
That's called Miraxa, and it's uncircumcised.
Oh!
E-R-E-C-T-I-O-N. I want to drain your balls. E-R-E-C-T-I-O-N.
Okay. Okay, it's 106. Now, do you think that's what he wanted?
No.
Yeah, I think it was. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. June 17. Not bad, I'll be honest with you. Not bad. May and June this year compared to last year. Boy, that was a death knell. That was like the end of the world. Here's West Miami. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
I know we can give this.
Okay, great. Chronic. I mean, real chronic. Sir, you're going to have to go get yourself like a voice box transplant or something because you're so obvious. I mean, talk about telescoping it with that voice, that sound. Wow. I did like the guy before said. And I second that emotion in your case. Get you a life, pal. Get you like a buddy, a little rubber inflatable buddy. Here's Mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hello, Neil?
Yes, sir.
Hi, this is a first-time caller, long-time listener.
Uh-huh.
I don't really have any material. I just moved back in town from Texas, but like I said, I miss you. Really enjoy your show. I heard you on the web a couple times up there, and I was really those a meal I get. I am just a single Julio, but I really like to have the tickets, if that's okay with you.
You just came back to town?
Yes, sir.
Well, wait till you're here a little bit longer, okay? Then start freeloading, okay? Don't just come back from Texas and start freeloading. Practice a little while, okay? And then we'll maybe give you something for free. I doubt it, but we'll work on it. Boy, I sure played my cards right today, you know what?
Uh-huh.
Yes, I did. Sure played this thing exactly right. If I would have done that thing like right down the middle, like somebody suggested, George. No, I know you didn't suggest, but you thought that I would. You really did. You got all those labels out, and you thought that, oh, yeah, it'll be an easy way for the old man to, you know, buy a show, and, I don't do that.
I want to have to go scrambling at the last minute if you decided to. I like to be prepared.
Don't get defensive. You must be catching it from him, okay? You don't have to be defensive in there. You know how easygoing I am. I'm not the one that's always bitching out the hired hands in the other room. I'll leave that to somebody else. I mean, I'm like I said the other day. I'm holding nothing back anymore. You know, I mean, in this place, I see where all the cards are laying. I'm not holding anything back. And what's the point? Let's be brutally honest. If we're going to have some people in here who want to play hardball, good like Joe Daggiola used to say, good old country hardball. You know, that illiterate Joe Daggiola, who made millions by being illiterate. Only in America can you make that much money being like almost totally illiterate. Nice going there, Daggiola. Good old country harbor. He got him. He got him. Attaboy, Joe. Oh. I'd rather listen to Bob Costas than Joe Daggiola. I'd rather be dead than hear Bob Costas. I was channel surfing last night, and it was almost the end of the basketball game, and San Antonio was like pulling away from the Knicks. And I watched about 2 minutes of it until I realized that it was Bob Costas doing the game, and suddenly I had to run to the other room. Oh, boy. Talk about twerp. Little arrogant twerp who's nothing. Nothing. There is nothing about him other than he's a little ass-sucking twerp. 9 minutes after 1 at 560 WQAM. You heard me.
Roy! Come on, everybody.
Yo, look here, man.
We gonna play a game.
Say what?
We be flipping scripts that rhyme.
What's that, man?
And Ebonics be the name.
Yo, what you talking about?
You take a funky dope word.
Like, boy.
And bust some skills to make it rhyme.
Got a bust some skills?
Check out what I've been kicking.
What you talking about?
You have it down in no time.
Show up.
Caesar.
Oh!
Caesar. Let me do homie. Homie. Yo, this be Anthony. Anthony. Who's that hoe? Ho. You be boning.
All right.
Now try your luck with Buck. Buck.
.116 is 560 WQAM. I wonder if Hank knows yet that Joe Rose has departed. 16 open lines all of a sudden right now. It was during the playing of that for some reason that they all went racing. Just dropped it. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's a mobile in West Palm Beach. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to you about the Jim Brown thing with the white women.
Yes. Was he married to a white chick?
I don't know.
Oh.
I just like to talk to you about why black athletes prefer white women instead of black women.
Yes, sir.
The reason is that the black men, when they get the money, they're weak. They're scared of the black women because they think the black women are going to take the money from them.
Yeah.
So they go to the white women instead.
Uh-huh.
That's about it.
Okay, well, thanks for the good news. There you go. All you black jocks out there, stick with the white chicks, okay? They won't eat you out of house and home. Or whatever he said. Fine, they won't eat you out of house and home. 567-0560, pound 560 on the... So anyway, speaking of that, speaking of...
Roy!
He did bring back, for those who have been following the saga of the missing large black rubber dildo that we had in here, which our good close personal buddy
Roy!
From our sales department, I wouldn't want to say like a sales hole. He is from our sales department, you know?
Roy!
Not in it, just from it. But at any rate, he kind of like appropriated this last Thursday or Friday, came storming in here, saw this sitting up on a ledge and said, I gotta have it! I gotta have it! And he ran out of here with it, somewhat incoherently. Yesterday, like right in the middle of the show, also somewhat incoherently, came running back in here and plopped it right back up in its spot, right up there on the thing. Of course, before very long, as soon as he got out of the room, I ran up there and grabbed it to take a look at it, a leak at it, to make sure that it hadn't been abused, and sure enough, it had been abused.
Boy!
Yeah, this was a perfectly pristine, large black penis, just taken right out of the box. I forget, who sent this to us? Do we remember? Who? What is he saying? We're not saying who sent it to us?
No, we're not saying.
Oh, that person sent it to us. Well, we're not saying. But nevertheless, we were very proud of this, and it was quite a conversation piece around the studio here, all around the building. And now it was like pristine. It was like brand new. It was shiny. You know what I'm talking about? Shiny. It was a nice, big, black, shiny penis. Now, unfortunately, on the head, it's been, you can see all the wear spots. You've heard that expression, none the worse for wear? Well, this is the worse for wear. You know what I'm saying?
Roy!
So the investigation continues to find out exactly to whom and wherein and to what that was done. Nice going, Roy. Evidently somebody had a real good time with that over the weekend. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Great.
I was just wondering if you ever read the book The Godfather.
Yes. Book is better than the movie, yes.
Because I just got a hold of it and just finished it. It's so much more...
Better than the movie, right.
Yes.
As good as the movie was, and it's my favorite, but nevertheless, next to Network, it's my favorite, but the book was much better.
Oh, yeah, especially when they get into the scenes about, the doctor and all that. That was phenomenal.
See, a lot of people, they think, well, pseudo-intellectuals say stuff like that. The book is always... And I don't believe that. Sometimes the book is better, sometimes it's not. But in this particular case, if you like The Godfather, it's worth reading the book.
Right. Two things. One, I was hoping for tickets, but two, also, I have another request. The Aikman song, because in today's USA Today, they printed his salary for last year.
Yeah.
And I need to feel better about myself after seeing this guy made $5,561,000.
Okay, I think you're a little lowball is what it is. Or highball? Yeah, I understand after he has one or two highballs, he really gets wild, is what I hear.
When this quarterback gets lonely,
yes,
he likes receivers that are wide.
All right.
Some people say that number 8 is gay. They say Troy loves the big brown eye. Aikman. He goes down on his knees, Aikman.
yes.
It's guys he likes to please, Aikman.
Are you sure?
He loves to slap cowboys on their behind.
Rectum.
He's got a spotless reputation. America's team is world-renowned. But is Troy gay? I've heard some people say.
Boy!
In the huddle he goes down. Aikman. He goes down on his knees, Aikman. Okay. I can some balls to squeeze, Aikman. Don't clip him 'cause he likes it from behind.
Rectum. Okay, well, calm down. 121 at 560 WQAM. Wouldn't it be something, all those macho athletes? Of course, they all know. But the fans, especially like some of those jock sniffers that call this radio station, the other 20 hours a day, when we're pretending to be a sports station, those people really would be crushed, if they had like that long, long list of all those fags running around in the locker room showering with the other guys. Oh, man. They'd never be the same again. Oh, that's just a rumor. That's just, all that Steve Young and Troy Aikman stuff. And even if it is, that's only two, Yeah. That's only two of the top quarterbacks in the league. Now let's get to the other positions. Oh, sorry. Here's Miami. Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Yes, sir.
I haven't spoken to you today. You hung up before because I was on speaker, and it when you hear that click, you thought I was hanging up.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Sorry.
Okay.
Not.
I read in an article, actually, they were selling a watch, just changing the subject a little bit. The watch was for a millennium clock, and you can set it to the year 2000, and then at the bottom it says, even though the real millennium starts 2001, the watch can work for 2000.
Wait a minute. What is that smoke?
That would be incense.
Oh, okay, go ahead. God, I went into a panic. I thought the goddamn studio was on fire there. Yes, sir.
Well, that's about it.
Okay, thanks for the good news. He said something about Millennium Clock, and I wasn't paying attention because I was a little distracted. We're not allowed to smoke in here, and it's not smoke, it's incense and peppermint. That's probably to cover up, the smell of the bad stuff.
Yeah, man.
Well, we happen to be in the neighborhood, and Chuck is bringing over the lunch every now and then. So, as long as he's in the hood, why not bring over some good stuff with it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I think right between Jiffy Lube and Tire Exchange over there, whatever that place is, Tire Kingdom. I think if you sneak right in the back there between is where you find the real good Jamaican stuff. I think that's where they go back there and kind of like jerk pork and jerk chicken. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, dude? Hey, check it out. And I
Did
agree.
You say check it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the book, too.
All right.
Hey, The Hunt for Red October, I read the book a long time before I saw the movie.
Yeah.
And I agree. The books are much better. Yeah. Hey, I was just about to do that. Suds are coming up. Hey, check this out this morning.
Do you say check this out?
Not again, no.
Okay, what's up?
All right.
What's up?
What's up? The old lady came home, right? She pulled an all-nighter last night, right? She came home this morning.
She pulled an all-nighter doing what?
I don't know. I did the finger test. It came up positive. I gave her the finger test. It came up positive. You know, but I did her anyway while watching the tape that I got from you about a year ago.
Yeah.
And that was just great, man.
Okay, well, listen, watch your old dipstick. 56705, pretty soon it's going to probably turn into the dripstick. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT. Then you know you got problems when your dipstick turns into your
squirt.
Dripstick. That's right. But anyway, gave her the old finger test. I bet you did. Here's a mobile in Pompano. Hello.
Oh,
probably right up to the elbow. Yes, sir.
Oh, you lighten my day. Listen, I want to know, did you, I sent a photograph to you about the ski slopes in Park City. I want to know.
Yes, sir, the Glory Hole place.
You loved that?
I loved it. It's up on the wall. It's got a, right by where the Pope and the Peep Show is right next to that.
Well, when you go back on Whammy, I'll have to look
in fact, it's interesting because the Pope is peering into it, so I guess the Pope must be peering into the Glory Hole.
Well, I think he leered over too far because he hurt his head the other day, didn't he?
Yeah, he got a little, and that made the CBS Evening News. The head thing was a few days ago. Now he's got the flu, and that was a big story on the CBS Evening News. Somebody ought to tell those people there at CBS that when a Pope gets a cold, it's not really a news story, okay?
I know there was a lead-in yesterday morning on the news.
Is that incredible?
Nothing about Kosovo and everything like that. It was the Pope.
Yeah, right.
Unbelievable. Listen, a couple other things. Page 3 of the Herald today, I bet the NRA is up in arms because Sheriff Ken Jenney was throwing the all those guns overboard out there in the ocean. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he was showed a picture of him on a boat throwing guns overboard at 2,000 feet of water. They're probably crying in their beer right now.
Well, I think next week he's going to be throwing guns overboard with one hand and people from the swing clubs overboard on the other side.
They're swinging it?
They're swinging it. Have a great day, sir. He's throwing everybody overboard. That Ken Jenney, man, he never met a political office he didn't aspire to. Fascist pig. Watch out for him. I'm telling you right now. And just like with the Jeb Bush thing, don't call me now and tell me that he's a fascist. I told you that ahead of time before it was too late. Did it make any difference?
No.
No. And now the same thing with this Ken Jenney. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line.
You call that a Jew? Don't blame you 'cause I'm very cute. Check out my breath, they're poking on my said ears. You come on to me and whisper things in my ear, and it sounds so odd. But if you wanna date me, move slow. There's things about me I don't think you know.
Yes.
I'm underage, 17. You should be scared of me, 'cause you could go to jail if you sleep with me. If I scream, you end up praising me. She looks 25, but she's just a teen. Perfect teeth, I bet my lips are sweet. Daddy called the cops last night. My breasts are perfect to me because I've had surgery. None of my skirts reach my knees. My butt just hangs right out of my shorts. She's underage. Yeah, okay. You should be scared of her. Scared of me? The Rolling Stones bring me to the dynamite. Put aside, she's looking mighty fine. She looks 25, but she's just a teen.
Anyway, it's 1:31 at 560 WQAM. Britney Spears, Jennifer Lopez, Ricky Martin. And, of course, all three of these people are really big because they can really sing. Huh? Because they have great voices and they can really belt out a tune. Huh? Is that the reason why? No. No. And why the hell should it have to be? Okay, if they look great, everybody likes their videos, everybody's got their hand between somebody's legs. What's wrong with that? I mean, if the music is good, that may be a little bonus. Hey, one thing about my Backstreet Boys, they may not look all that great unless you got bad eyesight, but they can sing. Oh! There you go. And their album's #1 in about 5,000 countries all over the world. And the best part of it is they knocked Ricky Martin out. There's like a public service. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hi, how are you, Neil?
Great, never been better, sir.
Well, I'm happy to hear that. I love listening to your show. A couple of things I'd like to talk about. First of all, about the actors. You were asking about...
How come nobody is touching that, man? That's we should spend weeks on that.
Well, here I am, okay? First of all, I don't know who's the greatest actors, but I know that two of my personal favorites were Gene Kelly and Jimmy Cagney.
Gene Kelly?
And,
he wasn't an actor, he's a dancer.
Dancer, I know, but I enjoyed his movies. Let's put it that way.
You like musicals, well.
Yeah, but
yeah.
no, I like Jimmy Cagney, and he was one of the greatest.
Jimmy Cagney was good.
Great model.
You dirty rat. Of course, he always was doing you dirty rat, but he was good.
Right, and the grapefruit, which was his invention, that was a great. That was.
He invented the grapefruit.
Well, in that scene with May Clark.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't supposed to be like that, and he decided to do that, and they kept it in, and it was a great scene, one of the Hollywood's greatest scenes.
Mm-hmm.
But here's another question for you. How many actors today could have been an actor back then?
None.
And well, maybe Harrison Ford.
Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah, maybe Harrison Ford.
But the actors today, I mean, the only ones who are great are the ones who were like a carryover from the previous generation, like Robert Duvall and Pacino and those guys. But the new crowd that you got there, most of them couldn't act their way out of a paper sack.
Right, but
guys like Brad Pitt, for example.
Right, but I think a person like Harrison Ford could have been a star back in the 40s and 50s.
Possible, yeah.
He has that charisma.
Right.
And the other thing, you were talking yesterday about restaurants, and one of my students, parents took me to Capitol Grill. Have you ever been there?
No.
That's the old size Rivergate.
Oh, yeah?
And it's a steakhouse, and not bad at all.
Really?
Not bad at all. And it was very good.
Good meat?
Yeah, excellent.
Okay, I'm always looking for good meat.
Yeah, well, you'd find it there.
Okay.
Okay, also, you're doing Hercules movies?
Am I doing what?
You're giving away tickets for, not Hercules, the Tarzan.
Oh, they just ran out.
Oh, I was going to ask if I could get some.
Okay, have a great day. I'm not giving him movies for the Tarzan for a cartoon. Come on, this guy sounded a good guy, but a little bit dangerous sounding, if you ask me. We don't want him in a movie theater full of little kids. 567-0560. This guy's looking for juicy meat. You're not going to send him in there. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's a lady in North Miami. Hello.
Pardon?
I said, here's a lady in North Miami.
Okay.
Hello?
I kind of bleeped when you said it because I told...
That's what Linda Blair said. It bleeds and it burns, is what she said.
Yeah, the phone bleeped.
And JP said if it bleeds... Well, anyway.
Okay, and I told George actually I'm in New Orleans, but he put me in North Miami Beach.
Well, he's a little confused today. He doesn't even sound like himself today.
And I listen to you every day, and I keep thinking I'm going to call you on my day off to tell you what I think.
Yeah.
And one of the
JP
things
said if it bleeds, it leads. He was thinking of Channel 7 News, I guess.
And one of the things was these calls you got about George where people didn't like him.
I like 5 of those.
And
we got an audience of 17 million people, and only 5 people didn't like him.
I really got upset because if you listen to him when he first came on, like I do every
In the
day,
beginning. He was terrible in the beginning. He was
and he has been,
monotone. He was like all that stupid music all the time. He was terrible in the beginning, but he's like worked himself into like things.
He has improved.
He's doing commercials now. He's doing appearances now. He's getting ready. He's getting ready to move right on in.
What he needs,
when I hang up in about 6 weeks.
He needs a little more of your comedy touch.
Yeah, well, that's something either you got it or you don't have it. And of course, being a surly little hard-headed spick like he is, I mean, he's not a funny guy, but he's fine.
Also, the actors, I agree with you with Robert Mitchum. I like him.
How about Robert Wagner? He looked good. He couldn't act. He looked, by today's standards, if you look good, that makes you an actor, I guess.
Right. But I was also wondering, what about Gary Cooper?
Gary Cooper is number 11, right behind Charlie Chaplin, right ahead of
he is
Gregory
on
Peck,
the list.
right ahead of Gregory Peck. Now, how could Gregory Peck be down as far as number 12? He's got to be in the top 5, doesn't he?
Yeah, I liked him.
Gregory Peck was great.
In most everything he made.
To Kill a Mockingbird. And then I think he lost it when he did that Omen. I think that also hurt William Holden. He did Omen 2, and Gregory Peck did Omen 1, and I think that was an omen for them falling down on the list. It was a bad omen. Well, listen, you have a great day,
Okay,
sir.
listen, one more thing, if I could. Are you still there?
I'm here.
Okay. When you go down Honey Hill Road, make your turn on 441 going to work?
Right.
Okay, well, it's on 99 and all the different
199th, yeah.
199. But
no, it is.
You make your left, right?
Right.
And I go through that thing every day.
Oh, that's horrible.
And the people making left against us, I have counted as high as 14 cars coming through the green light, making that turn. If they're in that lane, they're coming through.
There isn't any light there.
No. Yeah, on 441.
Oh, you mean on 441?
Right.
Oh, yeah, forget that.
And I don't know, do you have any tickets? I'm like George, I like Tarzan.
Get the honey, Junior.
Just ran out, sweetheart. Have a great day. Well, no, I mean, we have a quota. We can't give them today. Plus, she's... We want to send people to see Tarzan the cartoon who are like under the age. I mean, she's very nice, and I don't want to offend anybody unless I have to. But I mean, no. The answer is just plain.
No.
Don't take it hard. I mean, no. That's all. No. Am I going to give them to her? No. Did I have any bad feelings about it? No. It's just the way it is. It's not personal. I like you. There was a call was okay. I mean, not spectacular. It was fair. It was weak. No, it was okay. No, but no, she was very nice. But just because you're nice to me, I'm going to give you tickets. Like that one lady before, she wanted tickets and she wanted that Phil All-You-Can-Eat Negro. Did I give her either one? And she was still great. See, that's a real fan. Not somebody that if you don't give them something, well, you suck. I mean, that's just a freeloader. And believe me, I can smell the difference between a real fan and a freeloader anytime. 22 before 2 at 560 WQAM.
G. Hoover out the moon, man.
No matter how hard I try, can't get her to date a guy. That's just how it is. She won't touch a penis. Chastity, I'm grieving. It's so hard in believing, 'cause it's really lots of fun to date a guy who's really hung. Oh, I can't believe she's a lesbian. There must be something wrong that she's gay. I really don't know where I went wrong, no. I
can't believe she's a lesbian. I really don't know where I went wrong. Maybe she heard Sonny sing a song. Oh.
Yeah, those are a tremendously talented family right there, right?
No.
It's 144 at 560 WQAM. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Can I ask you a rules of the game question in hockey, since you're
Yes,
the only
sir.
guy
Go
that I
right
would
ahead.
trust to give me the right answer?
Go right ahead.
I've noticed in the playoffs that Hasek gets separated from the goal stick fairly often.
Yes, and they've warned him about that. That's a penalty. Like any of the other players on the ice, if you throw your stick, it's a penalty. And they warned him in the game the other night that if he keeps doing that, they're going to start giving him a penalty for delay of game.
Well, my question was, can the opponent try to move the stick further away from him? And if they do, is that a penalty?
No. Of course not. If he throws the stick, they can kick it. They can do whatever they want with it.
It just seems to me that one time I saw one of the skaters from the North Stars, from the Stars skate over it, avoiding, and I thought that the key thing to do would be to actually kick it away.
Yeah, you're right, because his favorite thing, I'm sure you've seen this, is that he likes to drop this stick right in the middle of the crease, so that if he's out of position, like when he's under a lot of pressure, he's out of position, flopping around, that maybe a shot will hit the stick.
Exactly.
And it'll deflect it out. So it's like adding another, block to the. You're right, though. But he does all sorts of things, and of course, he's always right on the edge. And then the great players in any sport, they get away with it.
Well, and then that was some save, don't you think, that Eddie the Eagle had with that goal stick when he was out of position?
Yeah, that was incredible. Yeah, there were great saves on both sides. That game was one of the best I've seen in a long time.
These guys can really stop it.
Yeah.
One question about an actor opinion.
Yes,
John
sir?
Malkovich.
Who?
Isn't he the guy that was the villain in the Clint Eastwood movie that he played the deranged guy in The Line of Fire? How do you pronounce his name? Oh, Malkovich.
Yeah.
Good actor? No.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, okay.
George says yes.
Oh.
So you know what that means. Okay, see ya.
Thanks.
John Malkovich? I probably would know him if I saw him. Would I know him if I saw him? I mean, Clint Eastwood movies. The only Clint Eastwood movie I liked was Play Misty for Me, which wasn't like any of the Dirty Harry movies. It was a great movie with Jessica, what's her name? Jessica something. Whatever her name was. It doesn't make any difference. You know who I'm talking about. The crazy bitch. She was great. And he was good in that movie. It was an excellent movie. And, of course, because he was a DJ. And you notice, by the way, if you watch that movie and you've ever been in radio, if you ever were a disc jockey, the way he cues up the record, I mean, how long would it have taken to show him how you cue up a record before you're going to play it? And he sticks the needle on stick the needle on the record, It's like put the lotion in the basket, stick the needle on the record, and just let it loose. That's not how you play it, Clint. No wonder he had that psycho bitch chasing him around. But he sure was a mean DJ, wasn't he? Here's a Lauderdale. Hello. He was better than Freddie Cruz. Yes, sir.
I had a question about cigars for you.
Sure.
I smoked a box-pressed cigar the other day.
A box-pressed cigar?
Yeah, it was kind of weird. Instead of being like a usual cigar, it was like squished down into like almost like a box shape. I was just wondering if you ever heard of that, or if you know what the point of the box shaped pressing of cigar
Well, it
is.
all depends on which box you put it in, I guess. No, I guess you'll have to call up Bubba. He knows all about that. Maybe it's one of those new monikers. 567-0560, pound 560 on it. See, there are probably a lot of people around, asking questions like, did he stick it in her rectum? Or like, where exactly did it go? I think they have maybe a valid point there. People who have no lives of their own worrying about where did the president stick his cigar, and did he actually light it up after he stuck it in her, whatever. And then, of course, Hillary walked in and said, here's Dania Beach. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Got a good story for you.
Okay.
Grandmother just turned 93 years old. Can't see too well. Can't hear.
I'm sure she's driving, though.
Just renewed the license live in the mail.
All right.
All right.
6 years, I'm sure.
Fortunately, we took the keys away in the car about 15 years ago. So all you out there with old folks driving around, pull the keys from them, all right?
When in doubt, pull it out.
That's right.
Thank you, sir.
Any
God
tickets?
bless you. What is it?
Any tickets?
No. Good story, but no tickets. See, he thought I would give him the tickets because he did a good service. Great job there, sir, but I'm still not giving you any goddamn tickets, okay? No more tickets today. Well, maybe. I don't know. It all depends. I mean, I like doing it like on the spur of the moment. I mean, whenever the mood strikes me. If somebody says that, like Francis O'Hare, was there any doubt about that?
No.
No. Signed, sealed, and delivered, even without Peter Frampton. He had those tickets in a heartbeat. No question about it. He knew how to get to me, Francis O'Hare. 72 years old, this old man would go out there and win race after race after Bucky Dale, Lord's Lady, Millie R., all those horses, O.H. Jane, O.H. Leo. Does anybody have any idea what I'm talking about?
No.
No. I guess I'll have to call up Jack Riggs in the announcing booth up there at Hazel Park. You know, I first went to the track. I was going to Michigan State, and of course, when you go to school, all those terrible things start happening. You start drinking a lot of beer, and you start going to the track and gambling away your money, pawning your tape recorder. Yeah, I was very big in a pawn shop in East Lansing. But at any rate, and so my friends got me going to Hazel Park to the track. And when I went to the track the first time, this is 1960, 39 years ago, to show you what, I'm not as big of a degenerate as Ed Kaplan, but close. The first horse I ever bet on was number 9 in the first race, Eldora Janko, driven by Don McElmurray. I bet $2 to show it, came back. He won the race, paid $2.60 to show. I made 60 cents on the first bet.
Oh!
And that was it. Got me hooked. And Jack Riggs was calling the races at Hazel Park, and he used to do the runners, the thoroughbreds, in the afternoon at DRC, and then drive over and do the harness racing the same night. He used to do double duty every day in Detroit for years, and now he's still doing the harness racing at Hazel Park. Jack Riggs. Not the greatest, not the most exciting, got a good voice. He still sounds the same as he did 39 years ago. Boring, but nevertheless, good guy. Does that mean anything to you?
No.
But it means something to me, okay? 10 minutes before 2 at 560 WQAM.